Thank you for popping up, popping out, popping in with your boy Jacob. How are we all doing tonight? It's a lovely evening here in Texas. Feeling pretty good tonight, not gonna lie. Everyone's pretty upset about things, people getting up in arms about, etc. I'm feeling good. I hope you are too. That's a new little intro. I didn't really make the beginning of this show very smooth at all. Because I made an intro video for that song specifically. I made an intro video. It was very bad. I was babysitting my son at the time. I'm not babysitting. I mean, he's my son, so sun sitting. Not Hyungmin sun sitting, but just regular sun sitting. And I made a really bad intro. And the advice of a good friend of mine said, maybe don't show that video. It's not good. So that I wanted to show it. What's up, my Hotspur? You're in the house. You popped up in the comments. That's what's up. Big ups, my Hotspur. Yeah, like I was saying, I was trying to make this a smooth little intro, new intro song. I had a little stupid ass intro video made, but it kind of looked dumb and really, to quote a good friend, said unpolished. I started thinking like it's not polished, not one bit. But you know who is polished in the world of Tottenham Hotspur, now in the world of YouTube? The one and only C Cubes popping up with Jacob. How you doing, C Cubes?
I'm hanging in there. I mean, we gotta win. Yay!
3 points are 3 points, whether they look good, whether they don't look good. And speaking of just overall positive people, positive takes, good feelings, good vibes, like if you need someone to really tell you like Højbjerg's great, Royale did good, and Sessignon is I can't even say what's up. We got Speed Racer in the house.
How's it going, guys? I was gonna say, you both know that I made a comment and I was kind of pissed off and angry, but after talking to both of you before the show, I'm in a good mood now. And after hearing you say one of my favorite things that I use to piss off my wife, babysitting your own kids, now I'm really in a good mood because I love using that every time I'm watching the kids. I love saying that I'm babysitting them because it drives her nuts. So.
I would never say that to her face. I don't know if she's watching the stream, so what's up, baby? If you are, I love you. Te quiero mucho. But honestly, we try to help each other out. She helps me so I can do my thing here on the YouTube, which is a good time to say, if you're here, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Help this channel grow. Help things come this way. Not in an Adama and I almost said Adama and Sadama, Adama and Sonny way. Cube's in the chat. Cube's in the house too. I've been popping up all weekend. Sonny plus old up Adama. Let's go. I don't want to strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies, because this is gonna be quite the show. We got Adama. We got Sonny. I mean, what else you want? What's up, Bobby K? Yo, Jacob. Big up the chat. Big up everybody. We're having a good time here on the late night. We started like even a little bit later than normal, just because I wanted a little bit more time before we kick things off. Bobby K says cracking mic. I think he's talking to you, Scotty. Maybe I need to turn down your sensitivity. I don't know, but I got a lot of topics to talk about. I don't want to talk about too many too soon. But I just want to ask, I want to go around first. Cubes, how are you feeling today? We're way more than 24 hours. We're like damn near 30 some hours past full-time whistle at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What do you take away from that? Or how do you feel, I guess? Not takeaway. I'm going to get a lot of takeaways later, but.
I'm feeling all right. I mean, I'm still getting, a little bit, there are some things that, I wish were better, or there are some comments, some different critiques that are very valid and some that are off the wall. And I think that I'm just happy that we got the 3 points right now, and I'm trying to stay more positive because I feel like I wasn't ever like hypercritical. I don't think I am generally a hypercritical person. Well, that's not true. You are. to a game that we won, I don't feel like I would be typically hypercritical. But I do feel like I was maybe like more critical yesterday than would be today, only because I would like to be more positive now. You can choose positivity.
I mean, I think that's a really good point that you bring up because, okay, Bobby K, I see that comment. I'm not going to read it in my head because it's upsetting to my heart and my soul. Cubes, what you just said, I think there's a good point because, you know, the day after a game, fresh after a game, especially a game like like the one we watched yesterday, especially so early for you, 4:30, 5:30 for me in the morning. Yeah, yeah, I could understand being mad. I was pretty upset too. I was pretty like, God, this was really frustrating. Why don't why does it take a halftime talk for our team to really like start coming alive? But you know, at the end of the day, you only need one goal to win the game. At the end, that's what we proved. Harry Kane broke all kinds of records. That's actually the first thing I want to talk about is King Kane. We're a little bit removed from the game, but I want to talk about some other things. Bobby K, big ups to you, my brethren. Wikipedia, good evening all. Good evening, Wikipedia, Bobby K. If y'all want to pop up with Jacob and not just in the chat, I put the link in the chat. Y'all can pop up. Let me know. What's up, Speed Racer? How you feeling? We're a little off. We're a little off from the game, but how are you feeling overall? I also want to hear how your mic sound.
Let me know if this is any better or not. I don't know if it'll.
Oh, it sounds a lot better. I hear the car, but it sounds a lot better.
Okay, well, hopefully this will work for the stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm first of all, as always, glad to get to 3 points. That's key. My concern is just that I'm worried that people are saying that we're playing bad and getting the 3 points. As you know, I think you probably see me say it. I think we are bad. Not bad. I mean, in terms of competing for the top teams, right? We're going to finish fourth. I'm not worried about that. But my concern is that there's a lot of players we have that Emerson, Dyer, Davies are both our midfielders. I don't think that they're playing badly. I think they're going to continue to play at this level. And that's where my concern comes in, is that a lot of our bad play is from the exact areas that we thought we'd have. But I've said all summer long that I'm trying to be more positive this year. I'm not going to be like the most negative Canadian Bobby K, borderline Gooner fan with his son hate lately. So
I know. I listened to.
I'm glad we got the 3 points. Let's take the 3 points and move on.
Take the 3 points and move on. That's a good way. You know, sometimes in life you do just got to move on. Iron Dube, what's up, my friend? Link in the chat if you want to join. If it's late, I get it. Aaron says Chelsea and West Ham losing, City drawing, made our 3 points yesterday so much sweeter despite our poor performance. I think this is a very good point to bring up first before we really start diving into at least the things that I have prepared for the show. Chelsea, West Ham, bloody leads. That's actually a topic. We'll talk about that game a little bit more. West Ham ain't scored a goal, and it's been 3 games in, so things could be a lot worse, you know. City drew. That's right. I'm curious to see how tomorrow's going to go with Liverpool and United. That'll really put the bow on the 3 points being super sweet, like candy, Aaron. Like sweet, sweet candy. Candy, you know. Oh, yeah, sweet candy. Cheers. What's up? Everybody saying hi. I love the love, man. Everybody in here loving on each other, and that's beautiful. Come here if you love it. And then all of a sudden, Alexander Hilton, mad at YouTube, because they're pathetic. No notification from YouTube. Had to search the channel name to find you if there was any Tottenham fans live. That is annoying. You told me that. YouTube are pathetic. YouTube, if you're listening, you're pathetic. And that's on stake. You could put that on stake. I promise you. Big up, Alex. Thank you for searching us, finding us, despite YouTube hating us. YouTube's against us, man, but we got to stand up. We got to rise.
There goes your demonetization.
Well, here's the beautiful part. Me and Michael here, we're such a small channel. You can't demonetize what ain't monetized. So until I get monetization, then I'll be a little bit nicer. But Alexander Hilton, you're spot on. Everyone's saying hello. F Scott M and Son. Sell them both. Scott M, where are we going to sell you? Where's your destination that you want to be sold to?
Man, I'll be sold to some nice Caribbean country where I can live out on the beach, not have to shovel any snow in the 9 months of the winter that we get up here. That's good for me. Anywhere in the Caribbean works.
Okay, anywhere in the Caribbean, I like it. I've actually been introducing my son to a lot of Caribbean music and Bob Marley, the Wailers, obviously Ziggy Marley, Julian Marley. Ziggy Marley makes a lot of really good kids music, family music. I don't know if y'all listen to that kind of thing, but my son like it. He have a good time. So, Intaj in the house. How you doing? Says, what are my favorite people? Been thinking about you after Leeds win. Damn. See March sideline celebrate. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Tuchel even shake his hand? I don't think he did. I think he was too afraid. I think
they did like a little slappy,
yeah.
like a little slap.
Take
thing.
my strong hand.
Like,
yeah.
Slap hand.
Oh man. That was fun. You know what? We're talking about it now, so I'll bring it up first. I suck at this, man. I'm struggling with the damn thing today. First topic. MLS major lead stomping 3-0 against Chelsea. The bloody blues, the bastard in blues, if you will. It was something. I can't say I watched the entire game, but I did tune into the end of it. It was quite funny. I had a good time with that. And Mr. Aronson of the USA, I've said world-class Mindy back there in net for Chelsea, that they have a world-class keeper. What even happened? Did y'all see that? What happened? What was he doing?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think Chelsea's got a lot of quality, but they're not perfect. They're not, as they played really, really excellent against us, like brilliantly against us, I feel like. And then it showed versus Everton. It showed again versus Leeds that there is definitely some holes there. There's some gaps there. And I think I said it in like another stream where I was just like, why is everybody so rattled? I was like, I literally said, I was like, why is everybody so rattled? It was like, oh my gosh, Chelsea has so much quality and there's such a big gap between us and them. And they're definitely finishing above us. And like, it was just like fatalistic, It was like, look, slow your roll, they're going to be a threat, but it's not like just because we had a, horrible game and they had an excellent game. That doesn't mean that like, hey, they're going to kill it every game moving forward.
I really think that we showed some cracks and some flaws in Chelsea as they did to us, as everyone would agree, I'm pretty sure. Scott, so I want to ask you this. Do you think we have rattled the birdcage and little Tweety boy Tuchel? He's a little shaken up. What do you think?
It could be. I mean, Tuchel's a weird guy to start with. If you go back and read some of the comments from.
Now your mic's cutting out and acting all crazy again, like it was in the beginning. You sounded earlier. You sounded great, like you were in a little fishbowl and we could hear you perfectly. Now you sound like you're in a walkie-talkie.
Just
around goals for them, but beyond that,
I'm
not sure how long it will last. Can you not hear me?
Heard you some, and then broke up. Cubes, did you hear him?
I heard the very last thing that you said, so say it all again.
Yeah, Inthoughts even says can't hear you.
Okay, I'll talk here and then I'll go off and log on later when I'm in a better spot. But I was just saying, Tuchel, he's not a guy who's well liked. If you read back to his time at Dortmund and PSG, it's a lot of the staff that aren't the players, but staff around the clubs really did not like him. They rubbed him the wrong way, and I think he's a guy who probably has a short shelf life and might be coming down to the end of his time at Chelsea. His effectiveness there, right? He's clearly shown he can get teams organized and get results. But I think there's questions about long-term what he can do at a place. And I think what Chelsea showed was they're not at the level of competing with City or Liverpool at all, and they're going to be with us kind of battling out in that second tier or third or fourth. And if they don't make a few improvements, as C-Cube says, they might be more fourth than third.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
C-Cube did not say that they were going to be fourth, though.
Yeah. I thought that we were going to take
that we didn't have to fear them. That's what I was taking it as.
You
said we don't have to fear them.
I think that everybody. I think that Chelsea and Arsenal are both going to be, threatening, but I think that we will be comfortably third. I that was my prediction at the very beginning of the season, and I stand by my prediction still. And I predicted Arsenal to get fourth and Chelsea to get fifth, unless Chelsea makes some really, really high quality signings with a plan in mind. Then I said that there's a potential that Chelsea could pip Arsenal for fourth. But I feel like I really back us to get third. So I don't actually think that, I'm not saying that there's no threat, and I'm not saying that there's no possibility that they could pip us, but I really feel like it's going to be Arsenal and Chelsea battling it out for fourth.
Well, they both are going to be below us in the end. So this isn't really a good segue. I was going to say, speaking of below us, but I would say definitely not below us in any form, sense of the fashion, but we have a very special guy. Cubes, I'm going to actually go against your advice. I revealed earlier that I had a really bad intro video to intro the song, but you know what? I said I think I'm going to use it for people who decide to pop up. You know what? That's what I think I'm going to do.
But what about someone popped up and you?
I didn't play it, I know, because you got me all like self-conscious about it, but kind of as the shows rolled on, I'm like, you know what? Whatever, dude. If you're here with us, you're rocking out. You're popping up. You're popping out. And
you do you. I'm not hating.
You know what? I'm going to play this. I don't want y'all to be nice, be brutally honest at how bad this is of an intro video. So now this is what I'm going to use to intro our very next, very special guest. As Scott M jumps off, I think. Yeah, he said he's going to jump off. One leaves, another enters. We're popping in, we're popping out. Next up. Look who it is who popped in. That's a beautiful pup. The pup has popped in. We got Wikipedia in the house. How are we doing, my friend?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing all right.
Good to hear from you. How's work going? You said you're finishing up some work, so.
Well, I'm technically done, but I'm waiting for everybody to finish cleaning so I can lock up the restaurant.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you popping up. Oh, you're just back in the office. Okay, so you can hang out.
Yeah, that's why I can't really do the video.
Well, do not worry about that. Video is not necessary to pop in, pop out, and pop up with Jacob. So I appreciate you being here, buddy. We were just talking a little bit about Leeds and the fact that they put one on Chelsea. And so I was kind of curious if it was more of, was that just a major Leeds stomping from some folk who came from the MLS, or are we beginning to see the cracks in Chelsea?
Both, really. I mean, Jesse brought the people he really wanted to, the people that he can work with, that understands what he wants to do with his team, and young, hungry players that want to make sure they're in the World Cup squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And listen, with Chelsea, I mean, we played like crap when we played them, and we still got a point. They played like crap against a relegation level squad last season, and they got nothing. Like you said, Leeds put a smackdown on them. Mendy, supposed to be one of the best goalkeepers, he just took a dump on his own face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what's his face? Grew, their manager, was complaining. Oh, that was an own goal, and it was it's nothing to do with Aronson's pressing. We're like, come on, dude, you're just
It was literally all because of Aronson's pressing.
exactly
But okay, Tuchel.
almost all of their goals because of their. I think except for the second one, the set piece, was because of Leeds' pressing. That's it.
I thought they were fantastic.
Cracks on Chelsea's squad right there. That midfield pairing was awful. From not just the highlights that I watched, but from every channel that I've seen commenting on it.
The heck? Sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to share something, but it got all wonky on me. I was trying to pull up that Leeds versus Chelsea, but I messed it up because I think I zoomed in. I mean, Koulibaly, 2 yellows with the red card. I was like, why couldn't he do that versus us?
That was silly.
Yeah.
That was like Romero's first red card. Just silly.
Yeah, not the greatest.
Yeah, but the 31-year-old defender shouldn't be doing crap like that.
No, I agree. You're too old to be doing that, man. Chill out. That's what I would say to him. But you know what? At the end of the day, they lost by 3. To me, that's a good time. I do have a poll going here in the chat. So I see we have 8 votes that have come in. There's only 6 likes on the video. So if you haven't already, this is a good reminder. Go like the video. That definitely helps the channel. Please subscribe. Share the channel with your friends, your family, your mother, your brother. I think that they would like the show as well. So it's a very family-friendly affair here. Enough about Leeds, because I've told and I've revealed that that's my little dirty pleasure team to watch in the Premier League. I've enjoyed their little journey. It's kind of fun to keep up with. But I want to turn our attention.
You literally said this is a very family-friendly show, and then immediately followed it up by saying that Wolves is a very dirty pleasure, or Leeds is a very dirty pleasure.
I mean, Wolves and Leeds. Wolves is only my dirty pleasure for one man, and it's not necessarily because of the whole team. And yes, it is because of the Adama sighting. That is a topic I want to talk about. But I want to talk about Spurs. We're 25 minutes in. I barely talked about Tottenham. King Kane from the lane. He got the goal, right? The goal that put us over the edge with them Wolves, them dirty Wolves. It didn't come till late, though. Was it too late? 64th minute? We want to see something sooner? It was a pretty bad first half. I woke up at 5:30 and watched that first half. And that was really, really bad.
Yeah, I don't know why we always start out like that. I don't know if they're figuring us out and we are just adjusting at the half after Conte gives them a hairdryer like routine. But yeah, I mean, it's been like that. Even at Southampton, I feel like.
See, Cubes, I know you were going to say something. So actually, I want to let you. I want to give you a chance. But I want to open it in this manner, okay? King Kane, 1 goal, 3 milestones. Most Premier League goals for one club. The scorer of the 1,000th home Premier League goal for Tottenham Hotspur. 4th in all-time Premier League goal-scoring standings. That's pretty damn impressive. To score the 1,000th home Premier League goal is pretty special. It doesn't mean that you're a great player, but that's pretty special. But the most Premier League goals for one club, that's GOAT status. I mean, that's GOAT status in my opinion. And yes, Bobby K. Jacob does like his dirty, oily Wolves. Those nasty. Ooh, clumps of hair. Ooh. And Tosh, Adama, yeah, we do need to talk about him. Don't worry. We will definitely talk about Adama. That's how can I pop up with Jacob on a Wolves week and not talk about Adama? I mean, come on. But real quick, I do want to talk about Kane. So Cubes, are you impressed with those 3 milestones? Not only all that, but plus 3 points. So got to be happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, the milestones are great, but it's also like Kane doing not that I'm not trying to give him kudos, but I'm just saying Kane doing Kane things, right? He's he's also, the leading part of the leading duo of the Prem for goal combinations. Um, in history, as well as the most for an individual season. He's also the only one to get four assist one person four times in a game. He also is a three-time Golden Boot winner in the Prem, and is like only one below Henry for being like the highest, number of golden boots in the Prem. I mean, he's like top scorer in general for Tottenham. Like how many like things do we want to list off? Like this guy is so good.
I do not disagree with you. Sorry, I missed a little bit of that. I had a little scare with the Wi-Fi, so I had to go make sure that my connection was appropriate for this setting. Kane, pretty much non-existent again most of the match, so I was pretty disappointed by that. I thought it was better than Chelsea, but again, the competition was a little less than Chelsea, although that midfield is one hell of a midfield. Wikipedia, I want to ask you, Harry Kane, that one goal gets us to 3 points. Who knows how vital those 3 points will end up being? What do you take away from it, his overall performance? And what do you think about the records being broken?
I mean, with the performance, I think we've shown that even if we don't play well, we can get results. That's really important. Nobody was frustrated going into, latter half of the second half. People just chill. Let's try to do whatever we can to get the points. The records, yeah, I think Kane will blow past Rooney's record this year. So he's going to be number 2.
Okay.
I mean, Cole is only like what, 1 or 2 goals off, so he's definitely going to do that. Right? But I think he'll be past Rooney, and then you're going to get all the haters who are like, oh, where's the trophy? Shut up.
Yeah, no. Kane is doing Kane things. He is
Exactly
the best striker in the Prem, and people can argue. All these other people argue about different people, but he is the best striker in the Prem. The only one that you can be like, okay, like in the entirety of their career, CR, 7. Okay, fine. Like in the entirety of their career, there's like obviously a conversation there. But as far as like right now, like in his prime, like he is the number 1 striker in my opinion. He is the number 1 striker in the top league in the world. So, I mean, just breaking records and everything, that's just Kane doing things. Whatever he has, like everybody's saying, where's his trophy? Where's his trophy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has 3 golden boots. Those are his trophies.
And a playmaker.
Exactly. He's got trophies galore. Actually,
Yeah.
he even got something from like the Queen, Queen of England. Like, I mean, he's got trophies galore.
Is he allowed to look her in the eyes? I wonder.
Golden boot for the World Cup as well, and so it's just he just doesn't have a club trophy yet. Being the key word. And so, but yeah, I agree. His performance was not good. Like he really was not good. And pretty much most of our players were not good. Actually, I would say pretty much all of our players, maybe
pretty average.
Maybe Perisic, you can make an argument for was good. But even for Perisic, I felt like his performance was below like his potential standard. Like I feel like Perisic wouldn't be thinking himself like that was a really good game for me. Like there's way more in his locker. You can just tell that we just like barely opened a little sliver of of, the locker, and so I think that like Kane did not have a good game, but he is Kane the savior, and he did come in at the very end
2
and
weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a
Or
row and save
yeah.
us. I think I put in the chat previously, King the Savior. So big up to him for that. It does not eliminate the fact or neutralize the fact entirely that like he hasn't been performing the best for the entirety of the game, but it does show his quality and his importance to the team that he can turn up at the very end and like help us out and get us out of line every time.
Well, I think that's what your world-class players, your best players on your team, quite frankly, have to do. Rodwika, big ups. Thank you for joining in on this pop-up with Jacob, late night, early morning, depending where you are. But wherever you are, big ups to you, and thank you for being here. Rodwika says, this is a make-or-break season for Kane if he wants to be considered a modern great. He has to show up in big games for us in Champions League like Ronaldo does. I don't disagree with you. I would only argue that maybe he's already considered a modern great just because of some of the records he's broken with Sonny, with West Coast, so out there with the cubes, out there with the fam and cubes. Appreciate that. Big up. So not too late for you yet. I do think he needs to show up in big games, like Chelsea, and he kind of showed up there at the end, so that was good, but. I do agree there is more that he needs to do to prove that he's a modern great in the world. I think amongst Tottenham fans, it's like he's already done everything he can to win us over, and anything he does at this point is superfluous. For me, I agree with you. I think he's already kind of considered a modern great though, but he does need to show up in them big games. We need more from King Kane. While we're on the subject of needing more, I could really transition into two different topics here. Because I need more domiciling. But this is actually what I wanted to talk about. We've seen Sanchez now. This is another appearance, his first start of the season, and plays for a injured Christian Romero. You know what? There's a stat that I saw on Twitter. Shout out at whoever the fuck. I don't know who it was. But that's Michael and I. We have a reliable source here that lets us in on all the information. It's at whoever the fuck on Twitter. And they said that it's been 7.5 hours with Sanchez on the field since we conceded a goal. So Sanchez, the last 7.5 hours that he has been on the field, we have not conceded a goal. And I think that's pretty impressive. What do y'all make of that?
I think that Sanchez can put in a shift. I think that good for him. I think that he has, been reliable in games that he's played in, and I do think he's punching above his weight, though. I think he is performing better than his quality would actually show, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I just doubt whether or not he's enough, right? So I still feel like we need another quality center back. I think we need Romero level, or better.
Well, we've been saying that, right, since before the season started. I know you and I at least have that we need another Rolls Royce to make Eric Dyer look somewhat okay.
Big up to Sanchez for putting in a shift. I will say this too. I think that with the Chelsea game, specifically, actually Wolves as well, I would say, but the Wolves game specifically. I think that he was the best out of the back, three defensively.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in general, out of all of our, I guess you can call the wing backs defenders as well in their own way, but Emerson and him both actually headed the ball out and defended the strongest.
Mm-hmm.
Dyer was non-existent to me. But yeah, he definitely made a couple of saves there and was putting in a shift for sure. I would say.
Now, I've even seen crazy motherfuckers on Twitter saying that even when Romero's healthy, Sanchez deserves a shout or fit him into the current back three. My argument to that would be we saw what Sanchez looks like on the left of a back three, and it was woeful at best. So I definitely don't want to see him in the Ben Davies type position. What up, Ja Dang? Real thick, man. Real thick. That's a bunch of C's, so that's super duper thick.
I have an opinion on that, actually. So
the real thick on how many C's equal the thickness, like how much it constitutes of thickness, or what?
I have an opinion about Romero and Sanchez in that regard. So
Okay.
The reason why trying to fit Sanchez in or whatever is not working because Romero does a lot more going forward and a lot more with tackles and just general sort of like fight aggressiveness than Sanchez does. And I would argue I think even Davies actually sometimes will, he's not great going forward, but he'll sometimes do some great, like every once in a while, like a good long ball or something,
Mm-hmm.
But Sanchez is pretty much like just defense. Like he's pretty much exclusively like defense and that's it. And like defense, like far back defense as well. Like, so I think that like that's, not good enough. We need, defenders that are going to be able to do both. The only time I really remember Sanchez having a really good, movement going forward was in the North London derby. He put the ball to Kane, who was in the box, who got bullied, or he was trying to turn Gabriel, and he almost turned him, actually. He pretty much did, but he got dragged down. And then the ball, that third goal where the ball went to Son, and then Son scored. That was a ball coming from Sanchez. So, and I remember that vividly, but that was like the only time I can remember where he actually like had a decent pass forward that resulted like a goal like contribution, The other thing is that wasn't the greatest pass because Gabriel already was like hands-on fouling Kane, and Sanchez, if he was a better decision maker, should have actually put the ball to somebody else, maybe, but that's debatable. Whatever, it did lead to a goal. So I just think that like trying to fit Sanchez, and like I said, he puts in a shift, he helps with a clean sheet, but he's just not enough in that regard.
I think Davinson Sanchez is a physical specimen. When you watch the physical training regimen thing that they were doing there in Korea when they went for the preseason, he was leading the charge on those 43 field lengths that they ran, 42, whatever it was. He was leading the charge amongst a few others, and to me, that showed that physically he's got it. To me, another sign that he's got something in his bag was that game winner against Watford. I think it was at home, but it was still a game winner nonetheless. He's done enough for me since last year to argue he's got a spot, at least on the bench in a rotational manner. I would say if Dyer continues on this downward trend that he's going on, that we would really need to consider looking at. Look, Christian Romero, when he played for Atalanta, the year that he won Serie A Defender of the Year, he played in the middle of a back three. And that's when he won Serie A Defender of the Year. So I think he prefers to be out on the right, or at least we put him out on the right because Dyer's just so woeful. It's the only place we can put him. And I think that he's one of those guys that's like, every manager seems to be afraid of him or worried about like Dyer's opinion or doing Dyer wrong. I don't know. I just think if we're going to look at improving this back line, which has been not good, which we kept a clean sheet. That's what is
First
surprising.
since last season. Just everybody, first time we've kept a clean sheet since last season.
Mm-hmm.
All preseason, every preseason game we played, we were scored against, and obviously Chelsea and Southampton we were scored against. So this is at least the first preseason game that we kept a clean sheet, which also says something about our defense as well.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, and Sanchez did play preseason as well, so you can make that consideration as well. Yeah, I'm not like eager to get Sanchez out. Like that's not. I mean, I think that bench player, like I said, he puts in a shift. Fine. I do have a little bit of a hot take that might be a little controversial. I will say this.
Okay, hit me with it.
Whether or not we actually benefited from Sanchez playing in place of Romero when Romero was injured right before the North London derby end of last season. Because, I mean, Sanchez hadn't played for a long time, like several games.
Mm-hmm.
Romero got injured, he came in. He was the first maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, we were like, uh-oh, like he's not off to a great start. He's a little shaky. But, he settled into the game, pretty well after that. And he did well, like most of the team did, right? And I just wonder whether or not if Romero had not got injured and he was playing that North London derby game, it would have actually been riskier for us because of Romero's hot-headedness and because of the fact that the North London derby was so high stakes. And what I feel won us the North London derby was a combination of our front three being just like much higher quality and the goons not having like a real goal scorer.
Mm-hmm.
That combined with the fact that they lost their head, right? Because Holding couldn't handle Son. Like they just totally like capitulated, right? And so I wonder whether or not we would have also capitulated, because of Romero being there and him being like, I feel like he would have been, I'm not saying he definitely would, but he definitely would have been a risk potentially, to be sent off like Holding was, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've already seen that he could have been sent off against Chelsea, right? So that North London derby game that was like super high stakes and everybody was charged for it and everything. We won that because we had the cooler head, because we had more composure, we had more maturity. So I don't know, hot take, but I just wonder whether or not we benefited from Sanchez being in that game rather than Romero.
I mean, that's interesting. I think what makes Romero so good is that grit that he kind of brings to that position. When you play against him, he's there. To me, this is a no question. Romero starts 1,000% of the time when he's healthy, regardless of the stakes of the game, in my opinion, because he's just that damn good. And yes, he's gonna give you a suspension. It's gonna happen eventually. Whiskey Peter, I know you're about to say something, but real quick before you do that, I saw 14 people watching. We got 8 likes on the video. Let's get them likes up to 10, please. If we can do that, be very cool, because that would kind of, be very nice. A little double-digit likes, double-digit thumbs up. So please hit that thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. But Whiskey Peter, I think you were about to tell me something about Romero, or I'll let you take it away.
I sort of agree with Cubes that we definitely played very differently because Romero was out in that derby, or in any game that Sanchez played with Romero. We were much more cautious in playing out on the back because neither Sanchez or was it Chicken Royale on the other side of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Neither of them has a lot of offensive threat. So yeah, we definitely played very differently there. But I think I mean, I don't know, Cubes. I mean, would you rather have that or the quality?
Before you go, Cubes, Ellie real quick says, "What's up, guys?" and C Cubed. Just woke up 4:30 a.m. in England, but glad I'm catching your show. I'm glad you're catching the show as well, Ellie. She says, physically, Sanchez is excellent. He is an athlete all around. Football intelligence, not there. He's an athlete all around. Football intelligence is not there. But great hot take, C Cubed. I want to say real quick, while we got Ellie in the house, big ups, Ellie. If you can see down below, look at that, patreon.com/United Spurs America. That's how you can become an official supporter. Join the different tiers. In the 10-inch club tier, we have Queen Ellie, Tottenham Till I Die, the one and only. She woke up at 4:30 a.m. to be a part of this. We also got Leo COYS, 1882, and Faraz, part of that 10-inch club. Our official sponsors are James George, J. Co., Mile High Hotspur, Scott M., as well as official sponsor. Our Anchor Club members are C Cube, Jaw Dank, and Alex Wood. Big ups to everyone who's a part of that. Big ups to you, Ellie. Thank you for waking up with us. Barry McCockner, what's up, Sonny Sexuals? What's up, you beautiful man? I don't know what you look like, but I'm assuming you're beautiful with a name like that. Hope you're doing well, buddy, whether it's late or early, wherever you're at.
Or maybe not, man, just beautiful sexual.
It could just be, Sonny Sexual. Whatever you identify as, I'm sure you're beautiful. Cubes, I know Wikipedia asked you a question, so I'll let you take it away.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, I feel like I would not never drop Romero for Sanchez. I just want to be clear about that. My hot take was not saying like,
I thought that's what you were trying to say.
Romero, or that we should.
No, it's just interesting. I'm just saying point that you brought up, though.
Yeah, like I'm just retroactively looking at that game and thinking, like exactly what Wikipedia is saying. Like, I wonder how that would have played out with Romero, and whether or not I do definitely think it would have played out differently. I'll just say that now. But I wonder whether or not it would have played out more aggressively, and also potentially we would have, I don't know if necessarily we would capitulate, but it could be a risk, right? Or if we could have a situation with Romero getting sent off or whatever. I think that Davinson Sanchez being in that spot for Romero for that specific game really changed the dynamics, and in some ways potentially like helped us get that win because of the tone because he didn't, like, he was calmer, right? And because in general our team was calmer than like the Goons.
Fuck the Goons. But I will say this. You've been using the word capitulated a lot. I had a word of the night, and I'm starting to think I should have used capitulated or capitulated, whatever you keep saying. Don't know how to spell it, but I think I know what it means. Big ups to UCQ, keeping my dictionary fucking wide. My word of the night, y'all. Epitome. This is according to Merriam-Webster. Miriam herself picked this word, so gonna need you guys to use this throughout the show. Normally I try and tell y'all off the top what the word of the night is and or words of the night. But the word of the night tonight is epitome. Epitome. So big ups if you can use that in your conversation. Ridwika says, I hate how some people are saying we didn't deserve to win versus Wolves. We weren't at our best, but that doesn't mean we didn't deserve it. Ridwika, there's a lot of times I find that you're on someone's stream, you're in the chat, and you're saying a lot of things that I echo the same. For me, it doesn't mean that we didn't deserve it because we were bad. If you look at the movement that Kane had, I think I retweeted it from the Twitter, United Spurs Twitter. Just like, how does he have a sixth sense where that ball is going to be? Because if you watch Kane's movement on that header, you can't tell me we don't deserve it. Even if it's just a moment of brilliance, it's still enough to get you over the line if you play it solid enough defensively. So I agree with you. We deserved it.
Jacob.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they planned it. Not in like, I'm not like.
You think he said go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, you get the ball.
He kind of knew the general where that ball was going to be. I feel like, like it kind of.
So you think, okay, so let me ask you this. You're saying our set piece coach has enough confidence in us to execute a play where Sonny kicks it and then Perisic head bops it and Kane does 5 back and forths, and on the 5th one that's when
No.
because
I didn't
that's
say
intricate, and
five. I'm not saying the 5 back and forths. I'm saying that he was trying to get space and shake off that defender because he knew the ball was going to go in that general like zonal direction. You know what I mean? Not like right or left, but more like space wise. You know what I mean? So he was just trying to like shake off that defender because he knew it was like gonna be in that general like zone. And
so you're telling me his timing is impeccable, that he just can read minds and he has a sixth sense of timing? Because I don't understand how he could do that knowing or thinking that it was going to be there.
So I think that's why they took off Perisic of doing corners, put him on set pieces in there because he's better. He's really good at set pieces.
Well, okay, so
and also Kane's awareness of creating space is kind of like what Muller does when he's on the open field play.
Well, if you notice, I mean, Son is on left-sided.
The epitome of Harry Kane is world class. Just a reminder, gentle reminder, that the word of the night is epitome.
So the left-sided corners, Sonny is taking them, and right-sided corners, Perisic is taking them. And that's like what has been the case now for the last like game that I noticed, right? And I don't know if eventually Perisic will take all of them or Sonny will take all of them. I don't really know. But it seems like that's what's going on right now. The last like couple of games, even when Perisic came on as like a sub, right, in like the Chelsea game. So what happened is that he took both sides when Sonny came off. So it seems to me like if they're both on the pitch, they each take like a side, right? Like, and if they are only one of them is on the pitch, like that person's going to take both sides, right? So
I think it would also depend on the play, right? I mean, that guy is supposed to have 4,100 permutations. So
so
I do agree with you. Yeah, I think it's going to be either one of them.
Just looking at the last like 3 games, that looks like the way that it's going because of who has been taking the corner kicks on which side, depending on who is on the pitch. So I could be wrong, but that is literally what's been happening is when Sonny is on and Perisic is off, he's been taking the corners. When Perisic is on and Sonny is off, he's been taking the corners. If both of them are on the pitch, then Sonny takes left and Perisic has been taking the right. That's literally what's been happening in the last 3 games.
That's what they definitely did during the Wolves. I noticed that for sure too because I was curious about that. I've been wondering at what point we take Sonny off corners. I know it's a good little stat pattern that gets some assists, but I would love to see him sitting outside the box waiting for a rebound and just one. He's got it on both his feet, so it don't matter if you're right or left. Whatever corner you're on, I think you put him outside the box. You let Perisic from now on take the corners or someone else.
I don't think we should take him off the corners necessarily. I think that he's fine on corners. I think that's the other thing.
But I'm saying his quality sitting there at the top of the box, waiting for a rebound or someone to pop it back to him and to hit a volley. How many times do you see players for City doing that, players for Liverpool doing that? Just even lower level teams, they do that quite often. Like James Ward-Prowse, he almost scored against us doing that. I'm not mistaken. If he did, didn't he?
But does he add more to keep him on the corners, or does he add more on?
I feel like he adds so much outside the box, not only as a vertical threat, but as a outside of the box, any foot 5-star, third leg 5-star. That I just think we're taking too much of him and putting it in a dedicated role where it just kind of takes you out of the play if you don't play it short. So.
Well, but I think that I agree with Wikipedia when he's saying like it depends on the play, right? It depends on like the type of corner it's going to be. Like a lot of times, if it's just going to be a straight header, like I don't think that Sonny needs to necessarily be there or be even outside the box because Sonny is not a good, and we all know he loves Sonny, but Sonny is not the best header. He is not great. But Sonny is epitome of class, by the way. But
there you go.
he is not a great header. And I think that I see what you're saying about just being outside the box for the rebound, but I don't know if it's necessary to do that like every time, right? Especially if you have a situation like we just saw in the Wolves game where Perisic is, we see now like he's a decent header, and then maybe the situation is like, yeah, it's good for Sonny to be, on the corner so that Perisic can help with the play, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe Perisic adds more to this. I mean, it's a good topic, I think. Something I'm definitely going to be looking forward to playing out. Ellie says CQ, credible assessment, capitulate. That's how it's spelt. And Jacob, Kane has his world-class kingpin in Perisic, so he instinctively moves into spaces. He knows Perisic will put it on the money. I truly hope that that's the case. I truly, truly do. But when I watch it back, I just can't help but think, like, either Kane's got a sixth sense, or it's just we got damn lucky that he wasn't on his way back by the time that it was headed. Maybe he timed it up perfectly, and that's just part of Kane's magnificence. He makes some things look effortless. But watching that thing, I watched it about 25 times, and I swear, I'm like, he just knows that man's going to put it there. Speaking of knowing someone's going to put it there, we got a very special guest in the house, and I'm going to give him the whole spanking spiel, I'm going to play again this really terrible intro that I made in 15. It took me about 5-10 minutes. I made it while my son was pulling my hair and jumping on me, so don't judge me too hard. But this is going to be a nice little intro for the next guest that is popping up with Jacob tonight, this morning, whenever you're tuning in. We got the one and Eugene has popped up with Jacob. What are you doing, my friend? How are you?
Hi guys.
Good morning.
Good evening. Good morning to me, and
good morning to you. Yes.
Yeah. Then I just woke up.
I thought you were going to be on your way to work by now.
Oh no, I changed my off days again. I work in the F&B line, right? So my boss, I don't go there. I just don't go there. But just changed my off day again. So that's why I'm doing a show again on Monday instead of my usual Wednesdays. Usually I'll be in the car now, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? Usually you're in the car.
Usually we're driving with Eugene, and I think that's a lot of fun.
Just like my camera is off, I just woke up and I just had to just had to hop on, right, Jacob, right? And when I was reading some tweets while I was still lying in bed, right? And something hit me. Remember last season when we were playing like shit too, right? And we were 3 for 3, and the whole fan base was going crazy. Oh, we're top of the league, right? And we're gonna win the league, right?
That was me. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. But this season, we're still playing like shit, right? And we haven't lost yet, right? And how do you guys feel, right? Do you feel like, is it deja vu again, or have we actually improved? Or, I feel like still quite unimpressed with our performances, but do you see there's a light in the tunnel, and do you think Conte actually feels like, we can get better with this current squad? And do you think Conte actually wants more players to come in?
I know for a fact, reading Conte's quotes, he wants some more help, especially because we've gotten a couple players out. And I think we're not done yet. I know Valencia, correct? Valencia's trying to get old Brian Heel, our favorite little Beetle boy.
But we've already gotten rid of Lo Celso, right? And we've already gotten rid of Ndombele.
Yeah.
Right. We've already gotten 2 of them out. Of course, we're still looking at wings, right, to move somewhere.
And Reguilon.
Papa Matessa, and of course Hill. But that will put us back, like, Conte said the numbers are not adding up again, right? When he first came in, right, we moved 5 out and we only got 2 in during the January transfer window.
So I said this previously. So what happened was we were 5 over our foreign player numbers. So we had 22 before Bergwijn moved out. So that was way back when, right? That was like, and then we need.
Sorry, we have a guest, and I didn't want to be rude, but I was just gonna slowly turn up the music. I'm sorry about that, but I'm gonna. Should I play the intro? I felt like we played the intro not too long ago, so I'm gonna bring in the one and only Coolest Akesky. How are we doing?
Very good.
Very good. I interrupted Cubes just to get you in the show, man.
Yeah, as you do.
Real quick, we got 15 votes in on this this poll that is really, really achy breaky for me because it's very something near and dear to my heart, and I try and make these poll questions a little fun. 15 votes on the thoughts on Adama sighting. 40% says he sucks, who cares? That's the leading winner. In second place, we have eyes locked on the man meat. So
I got photos of him. So during the game.
Say that again.
I got photos of him during the game. So
you better send them to me. Why haven't you sent them to me? Are we even friends if you didn't send them to me? So that's okay. We're like an hour in, so we're talking about it now.
40 I got him jumping over Lucas Moura. So
did you see how it took 3 men just to stop him?
Yeah.
I mean, they stopped him, but it took 3 of them, and that's pretty impressive. 20% say wetness and 7% say useless. So there we go. I might end that poll, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to end the poll quite just yet. But what I don't want to talk about it yet. I'll save it just a little bit longer. I'm going to save it just a little bit longer. Eugene Cubes Stakes. I know y'all were in the middle of a conversation, and I rudely interrupted you.
Pathetic.
No.
The word of the night is epitome, by the way. For everyone who just joined, epitome is the word of the night.
Jacob popping up, like popping up in the middle of a conversation.
I'll pop up in the middle of a conversation and interrupt you. Yep, that's right.
I was just saying that. So we were 5 over our foreign numbers, right? Our quota is 17 for Champions League. Our quota is 17, and we were 5 over before Bergwijn. Before Bergwijn left. And then if we are, we got rid of everybody that we needed to get rid of out of 4 exiled. Winks doesn't count because he's homegrown. And then Reggie, the assumption is he's leaving or he's gone. Then we are exactly at our foreign quota, right? So the whole thing was related to, don't try to distract me with sexy stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like the key is if Hill and Papa Matessar are gonna go on loan, which we feel like they would, right? And so I've been watching very closely to see what the progress is of them going on loan, because they only will go on loan if Conte has already targeted, pinpointed, deal is pretty much done or almost done for somebody to replace them. There's even Ali Gold was saying that he was specifically holding on to Hill and Papa Matessar because he wouldn't let them go out on loan yet until we were able to secure replacements, right? So if tomorrow, let's say if tomorrow they announce Hill is going out on loan to Valencia, then that would get me really excited, because then I'm like, ooh, one more spot available then for a foreign player and for somebody in that role, which is also why I think that if we're looking at Hill and then we also look at Papa Matessar, those 2 spots are for potentially a creative midfielder, right? And then also a forward. And we are 1 down on the forward. already because he wants 2 in each spot, right? So
speaking of 2 in each spot, Ellie, you're spot on. So Alex, get to sending those photos. Meow.
Yeah, so then we are looking for like 1 more forward and then a potential creative midfielder. But if we want to get a center back, like another center back, then that's also why we were looking at some players like Zaniolo that can actually play as a forward and also play as like a creative midfielder. That's why we were looking at those options as well, because then you would be able to get that one that could do multiple and then get a center back instead as your second one.
But isn't like
I'm getting
Jacket?
very technical. Sorry, I'm like the epitome of just like tracking, like all the goings-ons. And
But what about Jacket Tanganga, right? His loan deal and all that. Now with Romero injured, right? There's still
I think
the
he's
saying
staying.
that we are still short at the back, even with.
But until we get that deal with Tanganga is what I'm saying. Like we don't know until we get it. But
I heard that we were putting a mandatory buy clause on the Tanganga loan. I think if we wanted them, if he plays a certain amount, that they have to buy him. That's at least what I saw from Fabrizio Gruglano.
He's ahead of Spence in the bench in the squad. Like, it's more likely Spence goes out.
So that means if we're going to get a right wing back, a quality right wing back, that means we have to either get rid of Doherty or Emerson. Then we can move one in.
Yeah, I think so.
The difference with Tanganga is, though, we could get a center back in, and Tanganga can also stay, is the thing. But we would have to move out Hill and Papa Matasar in order to get another foreign player in. So Tanganga can stay or go, right? Well,
that's the homegrown thing you're talking about, Cubes.
Yeah,
right?
like he can stay or go, but like in order to get anybody in, assuming that they're foreign players, because that's likely what's going to happen. Assuming anyone we bring in is like a foreign player, Papa Matasar and Brian Hill will have to go. One of them, will go, if not both.
Ellie says, is it true that Spence got dropped as he refused to go on loan? She's asking you, CQ, specifically to give us the inside track.
I don't know. I'm not an ITK. Okay, I just like just to be very clear, I'm not an ITK.
Yeah.
I'm just combining what I've been reading from like Alley Gold or like Sky Sports or whatever more reputable, places, and then combining with my logic of just counting the number of like foreign players.
And speaking of counting, I'm keeping count of who's using the word of the night, epitome, and Intaj, you got a point.
I'm going to use ghee.
The epitome of food is steak.
I don't know if that's true.
I think Intaj is asking for, I think she's asking for you to show it again, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in just 1 second. But Eugene, I interrupted you because I saw the word of the night, and that makes me happy. So thank you, Intaj, for that.
No, but I was saying, is this actually a Conte plan or a club plan, right? If I was Conte, I wouldn't give a shit, right? I want my players in now. I don't care where they come from, whether it's foreign, not foreign. You solve that foreign issue later, right?
No, that's what they already were doing, though, Eugene. They did that.
I know.
That's why they signed all these players in the very beginning of the transfer window. They were signing all these players, and you notice we didn't offload any players at all. And now, because we didn't offload anybody in the beginning, and we just kept signing in the very beginning of the transfer window, now they're trying to make up for it and balance it out. And now they were focusing on offloading at the end of the transfer window. My gripe with that in the other stream was that I was like frustrated that they couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. Like, why did it have to be one or the other at the time? But they definitely did prioritize initially signing before offloading. But I know you're like, I don't care about foreign numbers. No, we do care about foreign numbers because we cannot go over that. We cannot have that in our squad if we want to play them in Champions League.
I think they focused on signing people first because Paratici is very good at bringing players in, but he's not very good at taking players out.
Yeah.
Even at Juve, and also he doesn't have the staff, so he can't really chew and walk at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why all these people being announced on his staff, like scout, player development, all that stuff, because he doesn't have anybody. And Daniel Levy, he can't really not rely on Daniel Levy for help when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing will get done.
And most probably Levy won't give him the gum to chew anyway, so too expensive.
No, he'll give him the wrapper.
Yeah, off the floor, like some random street.
Yeah, you're chewing the wrapper.
It's where it's got some like rat poo on it or something.
Yeah. But I mean, also you asked earlier if we had improved. Mentally, we've improved, because I think if this was last year, it would have been Southampton who would have lost.
Yeah, that's true. Mentally, we've improved. Right, we lost to Southampton. We get smacked at Liverpool, Chelsea, right? And come on, guys, imagine Chelsea got smacked by Leeds. I mean, dear.
3-0.
And we were spanked by Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
They were smashed with red, white, and blue there.
America, fuck yeah!
I was so happy when that's the first thing I saw on BBC News.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic site. I put the link up in the chat here. We're over an hour now, so I think it's appropriate to say, if you want to support your boys, go on over to the link that is pinned in the thing. It is patreon.com/United Spurs of America. You can click that link. It'll open a separate tab, so you can still listen to all these beautiful voices and become a member of our Patreon at the same time. And the 10-inch club, Ellie, in the house. She's in the chat right now, too. Ellie with Tottenham Till I Die. She's part of the 10-inch club. We also got Leo COYS 1882, part of the 10-inch club. Definitely want to get a part of 10-inch club. And my buddy Faraz, he's also part of that elusive 10-inch club. Not so elusive if you're a part of it, but Ellie says epitome of Højbjerg is Højbjerg, and Pierre is the epitome of Pierre. I love it. And that's a point for you, Ellie, because you've used epitome. So, Intaj, Ellie, y'all both have points. Cubes, you also have a point. Steak, I haven't given you a point because the epitome of food is not steak. That is an incorrect answer. But
no, it's correct. By steak.
Steak would be the... I don't know. I'm struggling with it. It's pending. You have a point pending. We'll put it that way. Bobby K. What picture? What picture are you talking about? This one? This picture? My wife hates it every time I put this picture up, but I can't stop.
Is she jealous? Jealous? She the epitome of jealousy?
I don't know. Maybe it's just more worry than anything. She's, are you okay? Oh, my dog, Sonny is fine. That's what Ellie says. And Inthaj loves it. See, I mean, I keep putting the picture up and no one's like mad about it. So I just, won't stop. But big ups if you're here or if you're tuning in late. You're not late. You're right on time. You're where you're supposed to be, listening to this great podcast, United Spurs of America. We do our thing here on YouTube. I also want to say big ups to everyone who's in and popped up with us so far tonight, popped up with us whenever you're watching this. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, help this channel grow. We're trying to bring you some funky, cool stuff. And if we can get up to like 1K subs, like we can even bring you some more cooler, funky stuff. But until then, we'll keep it with the standard funky, cool stuff. But the next little item of discussion, I feel like it's appropriate time. There's two things I want to talk about. And I know one of them, Cubes, you've talked in excess this entire weekend about, so I won't start with it. I'm going to start with what everyone's wanting to know. We've seen Adama.
You talk too much. That's basically what you just said to me in that statement.
No, because you said you were upset. You said you were upset in the group chat. You were like, I've been talking about it so much, blah. And I was like, all right, so I'll give you a break. But just know that the subject's coming up. You're not going to avoid the subject. But before we get to my favorite footballer, we're going to get to my favorite wet footballer, and that's Adama Traore. But before we do that, we have a very special person who just decided to pop up. Pop up with Leo. How you doing, buddy? Steak. I like that. I like that keeper's kit. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for popping up tonight. Popping out with your boys. Bro. Part of the familia here.
Boys and girls. Boys and girls.
Boys and girls. Boys and girls. Girls and boys. And you know, thank you for being here with us. First off and foremost, Bobby K. I don't know if he's rolling.
Nice intro.
Bro, I was doing it while my son was like pulling my hair, and I was begging my wife, like, can you take this boy from me so I can throw this really busted up intro together? And that's what I came up with in like 10
minutes. It's good, bro. I mean, it's a pop up. I mean, it popped up, bro.
It popped up a few times. I might make it a little bit more cool, but that's what I did today. Cubes, you're talking to Ellie, and I like it. Y'all talking. But okay, what are you rolling your eyes for? You rolling your eyes at the intro? Did you not like it? Or are you rolling your eyes at the next subject? Enthoj says, I'm still soaking about Adama. I don't take rejection well. Once you gone, no turning back. He's out for me. Disappointed. I really wanted him at Spurs. Let me tell you this, Enthoj, to maybe help me be okay, was at the end of the day, Adama Traore, he went back to his hometown that he moved to when he was 8 years old. Okay? He went back there and played for his boy town club.
There's a picture.
Hold on. I see you, buddy. Oh, I see you. He went to his hometown. One man. One town. He went back to Fartalonia and he wanted to live out the dream. But unfortunately, Ousmane Dembele decided that the dream is not for Adama. The dream is for Dembele. And, you know, we can't be too upset. I just ask for your forgiveness. He didn't mean it. He was treated wrongly, and he can be what we need. So to me, I'm gonna say this: I forgive him. I understand. This is someone Antonio Conte has been keeping his little peepers on since 2012, if I'm not mistaken, or it was it was whenever he was with Chelsea. Since Chelsea, he's been keeping his peepers on him. So, what's up, Barry McCockner? Showing love to Leo there. Ellie, epitome. Sing it to USA anthem. Now that will be cool. Jacob, maybe as cool as your pop-up with Jay. Ellie, you're cool. I appreciate you for being here. It's bright and early for you, but you popped up, no doubt, like we did for Wolves this weekend. Mile High Hotspur, what up, Barry? Mile High Hotspur is a double sponsor of the show. So, Leo, I'm gonna ask you. You seen Adama? Don't be rude now. You seen Adama? What you thinking?
I mean, I just figured, hey, there goes that one guy. What's his name? Oh yeah, it's Adama.
You couldn't miss him. You could not miss him if you tried.
That's what the goal said when he saw Adama.
Oh no!
Is that Wikipedia?
Wikipedia, yeah, Wikipedia's in
What's up, Wikipedia? Cubed, I'm sorry too. What's up, Cubes, Eugene, and Steak?
What's up, Benny
Steak?
Let's see, what does Steak do now?
Perisic.
Oh, okay, Perisic pooping out a steak?
Looks like it.
Out someone's head.
Oh, it's someone's head.
Yeah, pooping on someone's head.
Oh man. Alex, you need to send me those Adama
pictures. Guys, right?
Pooping on the Chelsea black back line.
If Adama came, right, and actually, I remember last transfer window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you still doing the word of the night, bro? Did you switch it up yet?
Yeah.
No, the word of the night is epitome, and I've yet to hear Eugene use it. So Eugene hasn't won any points yet.
Yeah, hold on.
I want some points.
Let me finish. All right. If Adama came, right, it would be the epitome, right, of Jacob's dreams.
I think there would be another edition, and he's a special cat today, Alon Saint-Maximin. You get both of those in, that's a wet dream come true for your old pal Jacob here.
But
fancy Maximin, bro.
Wasn't there a rumor last season during the transfer window that actually Conte wanted to bring Adama in to play right wing back? But he wasn't that interested in that role. That's why he moved on to, of course, when Barcelona came, right? Of course, who wouldn't want to move to Barcelona when they're such shit, right?
Yeah. But, hey, he played right wing back today, the day that we played Wolves. He played right wing back. So he's not afraid of it.
Scores, right?
It's not like he didn't want to. It's again, Barcelona came calling. And sometimes when these clubs like Barcelona or Real Madrid, those clubs that have this like long tenured fame of like, oh, we're so cool. Everyone wants to come play for us because they can score real easy in this league. And, people love it. But to me, I don't blame him because a lot of people would do just what he did, which is go to your hometown, the place that helped you learn the sport. So I'm not upset with him. Epitome of Adama. Looking lollipops. Look, don't touch. Or he's sticky. I think he's real sticky. Oh.
Adama.
Ooh.
Yeah, but the picture with Adama standing next to Son, he doesn't look that buffed up now, does he?
That was like 4 years ago.
Weight, right?
That was like the match.
That's Adama looking for the goal right there.
No, that was him getting subbed on.
Yeah, looking for the goal. Look, oh, there's the goal. I should have hit it.
It looks like he lost some buff in him, right?
Y'all are hating on my man's Adama. Let's see what the poll
He's
says.
not lubed up enough. He hasn't lubed up enough.
He was pretty lubed up during that game.
When Adama makes that run, it's scary, right? It's like a linebacker, just going through the defensive line. It just nothing can stop.
Yeah, but
did you see on the sideline? I want to bring this up to y'all.
Or it's like Ray Charles on roller skates.
I don't like it, Wikipedia. I don't like it. This is my man's. Did you not see when he juked out 2 people and they needed 3 people to close down on that physical specimen of meat? Leo, you just joined. I want to get you in real quick.
Oh yeah.
Adama on the sideline, dancing, weaving, cutting, bouncing, doing his thing a little bit.
Yeah. Like he knows how to.
Yes, and it took 3 people to stop him. 3 people to stop him. Now you telling me if he didn't come to Spurs and 3 people paid their attention on him specific. How many times do 3 people pay their attention to Emerson? Barely 1 person pays their attention to Emerson.
Look, bro, I'm about to give you. I'm about to share some truth with you, bro. I give you shit about being an Adama fan. I give shit to Adama just because of the way he is, with the baby oil, and the dude looks like he should be playing rugby or whatever.
He looks great.
God's honest truth, if he was a Spurs player, I'd love the shit out of him. I'd love to have him on my team.
I mean, just think about it, because the oil's going to seep through that white shirt that we got, and it's going to be a little more revealing than that yellow shirt, I think. So that'll be a lot of fun.
I mean, that's your that's your lust, not mine, bro. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind him as the team.
Epitome of fine steak on a meat stick.
Yeah. Most probably he'll wear a size smaller, right? The jersey. Yep.
I feel like Adama is like Rangers.
He wears an extra medium.
I mean, the thing I think it makes him so plump and like shiny, is the fact that the circulation's getting cut off by them sleeves. Sleeves cannot hold this man back. Sleeves, he's the man. He's the man. Cubes, you sent a link in the private chat, and I'm curious if it's like a
It's an Adama virus.
Is it an Adama virus?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay, Ellie comes in here saying, I'm just thinking of making love to Adama.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on now, Ellie. So I'm thinking about making love to
How
Adama
about
or Sonny.
both? How about both?
Oh, hell, I'll share the steak with C Cubed. I'm a married woman, and I'm generous. Cubes. Adama and Sam Max scissoring. That's what it is?
Appreciate it.
Oh, my God.
You
That's
want
a
in on
beautiful
this
photo.
sandwich?
That's a beautiful photo. Let me share that real quick just so everyone can see the greatness. Really, if you bring these 2 players in before the transfer window, I'll shut up about a center back, because even though that's really what we need, but you bring these 2 specimens in.
Would they start though?
Can I download it? I'm going to download it.
Center back, Adama.
Oh, shit.
St.
I'm just
Maximin plays on the left. Or is he versatile? Does he go to the right too?
He plays. He can. He's primarily on the left, but he can play in like a front two. He has played out on the right, but I think you look at his thighs, bro.
Dare I say this? If we were to get Saint Maximin, and he'd be on the left, God forbid we'd have to bench somebody on the left side just to put him in.
Okay, we're not talking about that, but look at these thighs.
We're benching Son.
We're talking about the thighs, dude.
We're not talking about benching Son. That's not a subject we're talking about yet, Leo. So don't blow it so soon.
Oh yeah.
But real quick, look at these thighs. I mean, come on.
I
But
feel
that's right, guys.
I feel like I'm a little bit like your supplier, you know, like your drug
Oh.
thing.
It's legal in California, right? So there you go.
I've been supplying you with like images now of like Adama and Adama and Sonny, Adama and and like I feel like I'm your dealer.
I like this little headband that St. Maximin used to wear. That's what first got my attention, and his nice little locks there.
Anybody watch the City game?
Oh yeah, I watched that. I think we were chatting about it while it was all happening, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually see they're packing. They're both packing.
Wait, let me look.
San Maximin literally ran that defense ragged, right?
He's amazing.
So
man, you get these two people in, I don't give a shit what the hell happens. I'm good for pretty much for life. Scott M, don't you just come in here saying Adama sucks. Bobby K's still in the house. Big up Bobby K. Adama came in, weaved, danced in, pranced in, and passed it to a fan sitting up in the second deck. haters. And also, my point is, if you bring him into this squad with Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, and you get 3 people to pay attention to him, when you already have 3 people paying attention to Son and to Kane. I almost said to Son and Kane. I can't even speak. What? Y'all rattling me because y'all talking about Adama wrong. Listen.
They become like one of those couples that they have like one name now.
Or if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, they just became fused into one. That'd be a hell of a player. But I want to say this. I just keep looking at that photo. What the hell was I talking about? What the hell was I talking about?
The epitome of steak is glorious.
I would say the epitome of glorious is steak.
Yes.
Jacob, this is why I love you. You and I are on the same wavelength on these boys. St. Maximin and Adama. That is a sweet photo. That is a sweet photo. You know what? I'm just going to put it up just a little bit longer because, what do they say? Sex sells. So here you go.
What?
There you go. I do have some other things I want to talk about, but Eugene, you brought up the Man City game, and I have the beautiful Alain Saint-Maximin pulled up on the screen.
Look at Adama's shorts.
Imagine being that Wolves logo right now in that photo. I mean, that'd be... Okay, Scott M says little baby thighs. I'm about to zoom in. Hold on. I think I can make it full screen. Look at that.
Little baby thighs.
Ain't no baby. Come on. Ellie echoes the same thing you were saying, Eugene. St. Maximin roasted Man City, cooked up Pep's men, and made them look like Dyer and Sanchez. I do agree. St. Maximin was phenomenal today. Absolutely phenomenal. Eugene, I want to give you the floor. You joined us bright and early as well on your day off, so appreciate you. First off, what do you think about this photo? And then secondly, what's up?
The photo is the photo, right? Whether we get them or don't get them, that's another thing. I'm more at the moment now. Everybody's worried about other clubs signing other players and all that. I'm more worried that we're not getting players out, not getting players that we need in, right? I mean, if Adama comes in and play a right wing back, that would be phenomenal. And of course, what is that? What's the word of the day?
Epitome.
The epitome of all this would be if we could get both of them, right? And we have one on the left and one on the right. But like what Leo was saying, right? If San Maxima comes in, I'll bring you to your next subject. What are we going to do with Sonny if Stan Maxima comes in? But guys, I got to go soon. I got to go
Kane
soon.
in the middle.
I've got to go soon and
man.
Have a great show. I'll be
You're
listening
live
in the
very
background
soon, aren't you?
Most probably.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
Spurs Ration TV, as you can see on YouTube. I'll be doing a show most probably 2:30 p.m. BST. Everyone is invited. Thrown the link to the group chat. I mean, I know it's very early in the morning for you guys there, right? So, but if you can wake up and join me. If not,
I'll definitely try to.
We'll be just doing. I don't know what we're going to. I don't even know what to talk about. But of course, we have to talk about the Wolves game, and of course, most probably most of the chat will be on about the MU Liverpool game, right? It's Monday, and they're going to play. Let's see what happens there, right? And let's see whether MU can pull a surprise or not. Or Liverpool's going to smack them, or the game's going to get cancelled, and Kloppy's going to be whining. Oh, I want my 3 points. All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. Have a great
Big
show.
ups, buddy. Thanks for joining. Thanks for popping up and popping in with Jacob.
Yeah. See you guys later. And big up to all you guys in the chat. Right. Bye-bye. Take care. I'll be watching. I really message you what I'm doing, right? But I'll be listening.
Thank you.
Guys. Yeah.
Thank
bye.
you for your support. Appreciate you coming in.
Have a good night. Bye.
You too, sir. Scott M. In Canada, those are the thighs of a baby. Maybe in the U.S. they're impressive. Scott M. These thighs. Those thighs. I'm gonna pass the mics. I gotta refill my water here. I'm getting so thirsty looking at these photos, man. Come on. So
his lips for too long.
This is just too beautiful of a sight. I mean, do I need to zoom in on that thigh? Do I need to do it? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at both of them, really. Yeah, look at that. Come on. Come on. You knew this was happening tonight when you popped up with Jacob.
I shouldn't have given you that image.
Never
remember I was telling you? Remember I was telling you about the Wolverhampton jersey that they kind of did the tribute to the Mexican Selección jersey?
Mm-hmm.
You see how that's got the red, white, and the green? That's the joint right there. It's pretty.
That's
pretty
the
neat.
one. That must have been his first year that he joined, because the red ones were like when Jose was our manager. That's when they had them the primarily red and green ones. Cool Staysky sending me something. Uh-oh. What is this?
Oh my God.
I'm okay with cookies. Okay. Steak just sent me a link for what I should do if my erection has been going on for more than 3 hours. It's technically been since 5:30 a.m. yesterday. Bobby K says, yes, let's get a Dama and then invest in a passing academy because we'll have one more player that can't cross the ball. Oh my God. Bobby K, as a Canadian, I can say that I have no idea what the fuck Scott is talking about. Y'all, I'm gonna go get some water, but do I need to leave these thighs up for y'all to talk about? But don't talk about Sonny yet. That's what the next subject is. But I'm gonna get my water first before we do that.
He's got to refill his water because when we talk about Sonny, he's gonna be like salivating all over again. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Team Denim, homie. Team Denim.
Team Denim.
I thought that was going to be the background for Pop Up with Jacob, like always now moving forward. Disappointed to see that is not the case anymore.
See, here's the thing is I think we made it the background when we did a late night pop up with Colin or late night chill with Colin. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was a chill with Colin.
You know what? I'm going to do it right now before I go because that's actually upsetting me that I've disappointed you that way. I'm sorry.
I thought, and then you did it for a pop-up with Jacob after that, and then it just like it never came back. So I was like, what the heck?
Is there a tackle? Is there like any tackle in a Dharma Traore with a Spurs player?
Yes, there are. But there's also some images of him tackling Spurs players as well.
Ellie knows what to do.
Jacob
Even
is
I
trying
won't bring it
hard
down.
to go and get some water and can't.
Yeah, I mean, because every time I get up from my seat, it's just hard to stand. You know, the blood flow. I'll be right back,
Funny.
but Leo, Cubes, and Leo, I want y'all to take this in a direction. I want to return, and I want to know if y'all have used epitome. So I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hubes, can I just start off by saying I've been waiting to use this word, and it's in honor of the Dark Knight there. Batman is the epitome of night. I know it's might sound cheesy, but it's the best I got.
The epitome of Jacob's sex life is watching Adama play football.
Oh man, Benny boy over here is trying to get in my good graces.
I have to, right? I mean, but hey,
After fighting words, after shots being fired from the red coat here, he's trying to get in my good graces by flattering, the bat mask. But
you can't deny it was a good show. It was a good one.
You know what? You think it's gonna work, and it does. It does. I don't know, man. I have to agree with Jacob. These thighs are epitome of just meat. Meaty thighs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If we were
very steak.
If we were to steal some words from Shakira, I'd say those thighs don't lie.
Yeah. I will say though, I feel like I didn't watch the Newcastle Man City game. I must admit, but I am not surprised because I think that Newcastle's going to be really strong this year. And I didn't put them in my prediction as getting Europe, but I think I might have said it somewhere or tweeted it somewhere where I was just like, I think they could potentially make like an upset.
I think I might get conference.
Yeah, I was like, they could actually swing an upset and get Europe.
You think they have enough depth?
Can I ask a question, you guys, about the game? Do you think it was more or less that Newcastle bottled their lead, or was that just champions just coming back and doing?
Boy in the lead, 100%.
Yeah, I thought Eddie Howe was still going.
Up.
He was still going for it, and he didn't make defensive substitutions. He made like-for-like changes, and really thought that he was just kind of still going for the win, and you didn't need to do it at that point, buddy. But he took points off him, so.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's also why Man City are winners, because they got that mentality of just like, we'll just keep fighting. We might not be, we might be down, or we might not be the best ones on the pitch, but we'll just keep fighting and bide our time, just keep fighting all the way to the end.
Not against us.
Yeah.
Mentality. What's that?
Yeah, not against us.
Did you see Trippier's goal?
Yeah, that was
great.
Great.
It's like against Sweden.
Almost as good as that tackle to KDB.
Yeah, that he got sent off, and then they took it back.
I mean, that rolling around was like Klinsmann in the World Cup. I mean, easy.
I have a really serious question for Jacob.
Oh yeah.
So you are focused a lot of your attention on Adama Traore and his thick thighs. Have you noticed at all his teammate Hwang and Sonny's compatriot that he was pretty built as well? He's got some thick thighs as well.
Oh, Hee-Chan Hwang? Hee-Chan?
Yeah.
They call him the Bull.
He's thick too. I love Hee-Chan.
He's just 4 foot nothing, but they call him the Bull.
Yeah, he's like
the Bull. I like it.
yeah, that's his nickname, I think.
Real quick, before we stop talking about the one and only Adama Traore, I just want to run through his stats. He played 19 minutes, the most minutes that he's played this season so far. So big ups to him. He's coming back. He had, out of 4 dribble attempts, 2 of them were successful. And you might know that he was dancing on them fools. 15 touches. All right. 5 out of 6
fools
accurate passes.
Are Tottenham players, Jacob.
What?
I said, them fools are Tottenham players, Jacob.
Jacob has a
What's
little
your problem, man?
conflict of interest.
He's just dancing on them fools.
So his numbers are almost as good as
He's got a
Harry
conflict of
makes.
interest.
What the fuck,
Ellie's gonna be
Jacob?
mad at you.
Much like you, Benny.
No, Benny. We need to start calling somebody else Benny around this motherfucker.
Okay, all y'all are Benny. Okay, I feel like I'm the only
Listen, I didn't mean it like
You know, you did mean it, bro. You forgot you were a Spurs fan at that moment, motherfucker.
All he's seeing is them ties, man.
bro.
Hey, I get it. I get it. Them ties don't lie, bro. Them ties don't lie.
Them things were like, man, he was jumping and I was jumping. It was a good moment. Real quick to round out, he had 5 of 6 accurate passes. He had 1 of 2 accurate crosses, 1 of 1 accurate long balls. Oh yeah. 2 of 4 on ground duels. Lost possession 5 times. So, lost possession. What is that? 33% of the time that he had the ball. So that's not great. But hey, he didn't get to play that much. That's my boy Adama. Big shout outs to that man. I would love him in the Lily White. Like I said, the oil would kind of like, you know how like whenever you buy like McDonald's or like KFC or Popeyes or like any really shitty greasy food, how kind of you can see through the bag at some point. It's like that, but with man meat, if that makes sense. So I think in Lily White it looked great. And imagine when you got to wear all white on Champions League nights. That'll be fun. So next little bit of things I want to talk about, because I feel like there's no way we're going to wrap it up in 20 minutes, but we can give it a try. Fans are putting my man's son up for adoption so soon, so quickly. Oh, how the tides turn. It's almost, what is that Batman quote? I'm going to say it for you, Cubes. Or I guess it's Joker who says it to Batman. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
I don't think that is the Joker.
No?
I don't think so.
It
Cubes?
was
Heath Ledger, right?
No, that's Two-Face.
Two-Face. Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, it was.
Because he was,
Right, the dining scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And he flipped
restaurant where he actually owned the building.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ooh,
I don't think it even was Batman. It was like Spider-Man.
The details that Wikipedia remembers on that, you got like a lot of brownie points with me.
Listen, there was a drink in there, so I will remember every detail.
Okay, well, it's in the movie Batman, so I was like a third right. So I'll claim a little correctness. Yeah, it was the movie that Heath Ledger was in. How about that? I was also like a 15% right there. So if you add those percentages up, pretty much a Adama Traore out here with it, dancing on fools. So I want to ask y'all, and feel free, whoever wants to go first, I don't really care. Cubes, feel free to go first or last. I know you've been berated and you've been fighting the good fight. Leo, I'm going to be honest, actually, real quick. I'm going to rant about this real quick because you made me really mad last night. I was watching your fucking stream, and I love you, bro, but I was so mad typing on my damn computer, and I was just like, this fool don't even understand, like, what I'm trying to say, and it's mad because it's like, in text, like, things can get lost in translation, and so it's like, emphasis, Cubes and Leo, about emphasis on emphasizing.
You're either yelling or you're emphasizing.
And so I don't think it's mutually exclusive. I do both.
I just learned from Benny that when you're putting everything in all caps, that's emphasizing. Like I just did.
It can be.
Steak is steak.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. See, that's right. Steak is steak, but I don't think the other thing is mutually exclusive. Like, I think that like it could be both, or it could be one or the other. Like it could be. It's fluctuating.
Well, it just depends on the messenger, right? I mean, I'm saying I was emphasizing. She's saying it was yelling. So, I mean, we're both. I mean,
on a scale of 9 to 10,
right,
how
she's
says
right.
Troy? Bobby K, I will not answer that, my friend, because that's just not fair, and you're being mean. Do I need to pull the photo back up? Bobby K, did you see the photo? No,
Is there any videos of like Adama like flopping like hitting like Rose said.
Well, hold on. I feel like we should settle this debate and put it to the chat. Okay.
Okay.
How many of
Should I end the poll and do another poll?
how many of you? Sure. How many
All
of you?
right. And well, let me read the results. They're about Adama, so this is it. And then we're done talking about Adama. I'm sorry, Cubes. Thoughts on Adama sighting? 44% for the win says he sucks. Who cares? Second place, eyes locked on the man meat. 31% love it, and then 19% say wetness. So if you add up those two, that beats 44%. So that technically wins. I'm gonna say that. I'm ending the poll. You can see the results there for yourself, so you don't think I'm lying. He sucks. Who cares? Is 43%. I'm pretty sure Bobby K voted that. At least I know that he was voted. Leo, I'm going to say you probably voted that as well. I know democracy is supposed to be like anonymous voting, but I'm going to call y'all out as I see it. Scott M was also probably voting that he sucks. Who cares? Y'all are the Cubes. How did you vote?
You couldn't tell? I'm the only one that...
I feel like you probably said wetness or locked on the man meat.
Locked on the man meat.
Yeah. But see, those are like both, really good answers. So you can't really say wrong with either one you choose there. One person, I think, voted useless. So that's unfortunate. Scott M, yes. I know I called it. Steak, you probably said useless. That was probably you. I hear you laughing. And I'm like, who'd be the one person to say the one thing that no one else did? And it's you. So congratulations.
Steak.
Okay, so Cubes, what's the new poll? I'll do a new one.
So when someone is texting you in all caps, is it yelling? Is it emphasizing?
Yelling.
Is it it's all love?
Okay. I typed, am I yelling by saying all caps because I typed it in all caps. And then, yes.
Yeah.
No.
And it's all love.
And it's all love. I'll even put a fourth option. It's going to be a surprise option.
But just
is that Adama's fries?
But just to clarify, is it like when we're talking about all caps, it's like a long, like a text, like a long text message. Okay, we're being clear about that. It's not just one word or a couple words. A long text message.
It was just one message. It wasn't various messages that were all caps.
It was various.
Because I even emphasized, if you really want to get into the nitty gritty, a few messages before that, my whole message, only one word had emphasis on the word, and that word was all caps. When I said, place, we need to place Sonny on the bench. That was emphasized. That was not yelling. So you can do the poll. I get it. We can do the poll, but at the end of the day, it's what I felt I did.
We got 4 votes. We got 4 votes in. 50% saying yes, it is yelling when you say it on all caps, with another 25% saying "fuck you, I'm yelling." And there's also 25%. It's all love. So out of 4 votes, 2 people said yes. 1 person said "fuck you, I'm yelling."
I'm winning. Steak is carrying.
Steak is carrying.
I'm holding my drink, so I can.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to take this banner down because it's not what we're fucking talking about right now. I'm gonna make a little banner. Am I yelling?
Put it in all caps though, so it's either emphasized or yelling.
But the poll says it's yelling. So.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I could care less what it says. I know how I sent it. So see, it's cool.
That's kind of what I was saying though. Like, you get things lost in translation. So when I was watching your show last night, I was actually really infuriated.
If it's in one word and it's like in caps, it's emphasizing.
Well, hold on. Let me just add some context to it. Since Q put me on blast, I sent a few messages and they were regular text. One text had one word. The rest was, small letters, but one word in it was emphasized, which was one word. And then Q persisted, so I had to emphasize my whole fucking comment. You know what I mean?
And he sounds like he's starting to yell at me a little bit right now.
I'm fucking emphasizing my words.
Really? Are you fucking emphasizing your words?
Which words
I
would be
think,
capitalized in that sentence?
I think
Oh,
The
fucking.
whole damn sentence.
Oh, yeah.
See, me, I'm more of the person, and here's how I'm going to see it. In all caps, like, I just be saying, like, sometimes I'm in the chat and I'll just be like, because I want people to see the fact that I'm saying, Adama, squirt, squirt, did you watch, squirt, squirt, you know? I want people to see that. So I feel like sometimes if you put it in all caps, people might think you're yelling about it, so they'll see it. And that's really my main goal, whether they put it up or not. I just want them to see the all caps, see that I'm hitting them with the squirt emojis. I see both sides of it. I can see how, like, if someone's doing that, like texting me specifically and like sending me messages, if it's caps and like all that, it could be like kind of aggressive. Like I see it, like if I'm texting, say, my wife or a good friend of mine, then, oh, damn, bruh. This dude's a hater, huh? Damn, bruh always comes around. He says my ears are bleeding.
And to be fair, too, when I write, I literally write in all
Oh,
capitals.
I'm sorry, man. Maybe you should go get a tissue.
Your ears are bleeding. I don't think you need to be on YouTube, though, if your ears are bleeding.
Turn down the volume or get that checked out.
Honestly, sometimes I use too many Q-tips. Like, I'll poke too deep and give myself an ear infection.
Oh, yeah.
But I do see how if someone is like texting you specifically in all caps, how that could be like how it could be viewed like someone's yelling at you.
Yeah,
I can understand.
So me and Benny went back and forth just between the two of us for a while talking about Sonny. So this is our segue into Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
And he texted in all caps, yeah, so bench Sonny and let him come on later in the game. And then we had a few other exchanges back and forth.
How's that yelling?
And then he texted with emphasis, apparently, all caps. That to me is irrelevant in response to something I said. And then after that, after I responded, all, by the way, not all in caps, he responded again in all caps. Sonny should sit on the bench next week so we can rotate the squad. That's my opinion. It's not an argument. For me, last season doesn't dictate my opinion for this season. All in caps. And then immediately after that, wrote, end of.
Small letters.
Was there a period at the end of?
No, there wasn't a period, but it just said, capital E and then lowercase ND and then lowercase.
So kind of like okay. I see.
Maybe it's
talking
accidental
about that
caps lock.
shit.
Can I say something?
Yes, Wikipedia,
Just
please.
like we use Slack for our communication at work, right? And people should realize that every time you're texting, you're missing a lot of context. That's why we made a rule that if we need to discuss something important and serious, just call the person. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if you can't because you're in the middle of the restaurant, then save it for later. Just text the person, I need to talk to you later. The context is going to be, a lot of context is going to be missing a lot when you're just texting. And also if you don't know the person that well. Because I'm actually pretty, I'm holding back a lot because I curse a lot. I mean, something I just picked up in the Navy, right?
the chat right now.
The chat's getting...
yeah.
So before I get into what...
I feel like the chat, if we're... Benny, the chat is emphasizing a lot at us right now.
Okay, so Aaron Dub says... Aaron Dub says, if you need to emphasize a word or a particular fact in a sentence, you can use italics to stress it. Now, he put those in quotation, so I'm assuming that he's quoting somebody. Maybe they wrote a book or maybe they did something, but he says all caps is shouting. Sorry, Leo. I guess italics. I don't know if can you even text in italics?
You have to press several buttons.
You can't just push it like a single button.
But it's also different if you emphasize like a word, right? So if you're like, I totally understand, and you only emphasize totally. Then
well, I did start off like that, Cube. I emphasized one word out of the whole sentence, and you persisted and persisted, so I had to say,
yeah, I persisted.
Bench Sonny.
So you started to yell at me via text.
Well,
yeah.
But
I guess it just
sometimes I'm missing so much context
Yeah, I've always felt like in a text, that was my exact little segue into why I think I was so upset watching Leo's stream last night, which if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. He streamed last night with Parker. I think they have Bobby K on over there on Mile High Hotspurs, so go check them out if you haven't already. But I was watching it, buddy. I love you, man. I wouldn't have been commenting so much, but like it was hurting my head. And it's some of this stuff right here that I'm seeing from Aaron and Bobby K in the chat right now. Says, I'm up for benching Sonny, or says, yells, or emphasizes, whatever. I think they're not mutually exclusive, and you can use all caps in a bunch of different ways. And I don't always mean it when I'm yelling, or I don't always mean that I'm yelling when I use all caps, if that makes sense. So Aaron says he's up for benching Sonny and starting Richie next game. I disagree with you. Bobby K says Sonny should, or yells or emphasizes, whatever one it is. Sonny said Sonny should sit on the bench until we sell him. End of. I'm not yelling, so he's emphasizing. And then Eugene says stop yelling, and then Bobby K says exactly, Bobby. And then Aaron says Eugene, shut up, Eugene. I think he's emphasizing that. There's actually a good question came in here from Dambra. Dambra, what are your thoughts on if Kane were to play as a cam and Richarlison as a striker? Would that shit be fire, or am I playing too much FIFA? It's a good question.
Well, Kulu play.
I would agree, Kulu. I mean, I know that's not part of the question, but I mean,
we clearly have to drop somebody in order to put Richarlison as a striker. Someone's getting dropped from the 11 if this is the formation. So who is it? Who are you dropping? I guess that's the first question. Well, quick fire. Leo, who are you going to drop in order to do this? If you want to do it at all.
Maybe we could just petition the fucking Premier League and see if we can add a 12th player so we don't have to drop anybody.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, everyone else has 11, we have 12.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to sub anybody out for a game. Yeah. God forbid that happens.
Just take a breath, my friend Woosaw, because I had to do that during your show. But actually, you didn't have to look at me doing it. You probably see me sweating a lot because I was getting super sweaty.
Oh, I mean, I would much rather
talk.
Have Kane in the cam and yeah. Let me switch the formation up. 3-5-2.
Who are you dropping? And be honest, you can say whoever you want. I'm gonna attack you. I might debate you, but I'm not gonna attack you.
Lloris.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna attack you for that.
I mean, what are we talking about? Just for the game against Nottingham Forest?
So, no, just like I'm asking you, would you do this? Would you move Kane into that cam, kind of that, maybe that, I guess, deep lying 10? I don't know what you want to call it.
No.
But you wouldn't do that. Okay. So I'm going to go around and ask if anyone else would. Wikipedia, would you do this? And if you would, who are you dropping for Richarlison?
I wouldn't, but I would.
And let's take away like the current form of players. Let's just like use this in a metaphorical, not metaphorical, I guess hypothetical sense.
Hypothetical,
yeah.
I mean, if I have to, since we have no joy in the right, I'll just drop Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Assuming we have Perisic in the left.
Okay.
So
Steak.
we just concentrate on.
I drop Emerson.
Sorry, I interrupted Wikipedia. My bad.
I drop Emerson.
And you put Kula at right wing back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's a better idea. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Cubes, what you got?
Same.
Drop Emerson.
Yeah, I would drop.
Put Kula at right wing back.
I would drop Emerson, even if this wasn't the conversation piece of this formation. Even if the formation didn't change, I would still drop Emerson.
My thoughts are this. I feel like the reason why Sonny might be struggling a little bit is because he's being forced to. Last season, I felt like he kind of got to hang out up top a little bit more and not track back as much. And Kane was doing more of the track backing and the playmaking, like deep lying, kind of that cam role, like you're saying. And he's so good at it. I think as he gets older, this should be where he transitions to, is a cam. I think right now he's too damn good as a striker, but his passing is really good. So it's hard to say that it wouldn't work out. I guess if I was supposed to drop someone, Well, yeah, damn, y'all pick some good ones, honestly.
Scott, what is that formation?
Let's see. Bobby K says, "Sell Sonny, you don't know what you're talking about. How are you?" He says. I'm pretty sure he's emphasizing how are you and not yelling how are you. That just sounds ridiculous. Benny is right. I think that's the emphasis. This is not yelling. Yeah, I was right. So it was, I suck at texting. So Eugene's staying out of this one. He's listening. He's relaxing in the bath. Ooh. Oh, he was listening and relaxing in the bath until Leo started shouting. Oh no.
Well, now he's in the bath.
Leo, he's in the bath, and to me,
now panicking.
If he's in the bath and he's listening to my voice, that's got to be a good thing.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, listening to all of us. I would drop Sonny until we sell him. And I'm still not yelling. Oh wait, that's not capital. Fuck, it's messing me up trying to do it. But this is a fun. Okay. Drop Olivier, play 3-1-6.
To be fair, that's understandable.
That is the classic Canadian formation.
It's like a hockey formation, flying ducks or whatever.
It got like it got Perisic on the far left side. You got you got Richarlison on the left wing. You got Kane up front, Kulu, and Lucas Moura.
Here's another good question before we get into the final one. Dan Brez says, "Is our squad ready to face the Barcas?" Yes. The Madrids, no. The Bayerns, no. Etc. Let's hope none of them bastards are in our damn group, because if they are, we are not. We are not ready.
Well, we have a good record against Real Madrid, so...
That's true, but they just won Champions League, and they've gotten stronger over the offseason, so I have a hard time.
And Bayern play to our strengths, so...
Yeah, they score 7 goals a game, and we concede every game almost.
No. That's against like a League 2 team who plays in their main division. I'm saying like they play like Klopp does at Liverpool or Pep does at Man City.
They do play into us. That's true.
I don't know how they're going to change things up because Bayern does not have Lewandowski anymore, and now they have Mane. So,
Sadio Mane.
Yeah, so they might change their way they kind of play a little bit. And Mane knows how to play against us as well. So
you're talking about Leroy Mane or Sane? That's what starts getting confusing when you start talking about who they got, because they got Gnabry's. They got
no.
Yeah, they do. Bayern. Gnabry plays there.
No, I prefer not to think about him.
Oh, well, I was just thinking about funny names that they got. But Sane and Mane, that's a fun little duo they have. That's pretty damn good little duo. So this is what I want to talk about. I was trying to only go 2 hours because they recommend that you don't make your videos too long here on YouTube if you're trying to grow. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why this channel's lacking a little growth, is because I just can't stop talking on these damn streams, and it goes too long. Maybe that's what.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
when are we going to get live watch-alongs for matches? Damn, bro, if I hit 1,000K, or not 1,000K, I just said 1,000K, that's 1 million subscribers.
Imagine a million people watching this.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for all of them.
Dama's thighs and steak.
Yeah, how much I showed Adama thighs, 1 million people would be like, okay, can we move on? I'd be like, you want me to pull it back up? And they'll be like, no.
Are you Son side or are you the Pan side?
I'll tell you what, damn, bro, you recommend this channel to everyone you got. You help us get to 1K subs, 1,000 people subscribed, and I'll start doing watch-alongs. I swear, I'll put that on.
Just put on We Are Tottenham TV. So they've got 120.
But see, that's the thing. There's so many people doing it already that I'm just like, there's no point. I feel like there's bigger channels doing a lot more that's got that, and they got call-in shows, and they got pump-ups, and which shout out to all them shows, big ups. But for me, in this channel, I don't think I'm gonna do any live watch alongs until like we're a little bit bigger. But
why not? We could like watch you
hell yeah.
sleep during the game.
5:30 in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're playing like
watching.
shit. You're all making me so mad. I'm awake right now. Leo, were you at the bar?
Yeah, bro, I was.
See, that
5:30.
I'm over here just like watching it on my laptop in bed. Like I'm so sleepy. And
There was like 30 other people, bro.
You just hear us just scream, "Go!"
Did you get any fights this time?
Did you get any fights this week? Yeah.
Yeah, did you get any fights?
Any
Nah,
Wolves
I
fans
think-
show up?
Nah, I think they learned their lesson, bro.
They
They're
all
not
left.
gonna let anybody come in.
Bro, imagine how cranky you would get. I'd be so cranky if I was there at 5:30 and like some rival fan was in there. That wouldn't be fun. So this question, like I said, we're here at the 2 hour mark. I think I haven't said it in like an hour. So if you haven't already, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. We got 11 people watching right now. We got 11 likes. That's nice. I like that. I'm not gonna sit here and cry about the thumbs up, but please hit it if you're here on replay. Or hit it.
Please thumb that like
Thumb it. 2 thumbs
Oh,
up.
I want
yeah.
to say just caress it gently. That way people don't misinterpret you saying smash the like.
Emphasize the thumbs up and yell at the subscribe. That's what I want you to do.
Subscribe.
And I want you to get on your patio or open a window or get on your roof, wherever you may be. And I want you to yell, subscribe to United Spurs of America. Let's get them subs up. Once we get them subs up, I'll say what's up, and I'll be so appreciative to all y'all. So Dan Bro says he's a man on a mission, so I think if you can run outside and scream it, then I appreciate you so much. But yeah, we're here 2 hours. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to become a supporter of this podcast and you want to do more than just like and subscribe, hit that link that I got pinned in the live chat, patreon.com/United Spurs of America. Big shout out to our patrons. They've been scrolling across the bottom all night. You can see them there. We got one of them in the house. 2 of them, technically. C Cubed, you're part of that anchor. But I was thinking, we got Leo. He's part of the 10-inch club. So it's a pretty elusive club. We got James George, J. Co, Mile High Hotspur as well. And Scott M in our official supporters group. And then our anchor club members are C Cubed. That's here to my left right there. Ja Dank and Alex Wood. Big ups to everyone who's done anything, including like or subscribe. But let's see. Bobby K says, Boss Lady says, I have to shut it down. Bedtime. Good night, everyone. Have a great night. Good night, Bobby K. Go hit a like and subscribe over there on 3 Spurs Boys. Show them some love. I think they just hit over 5,000. My numbers are fucked up. It's getting late. Bobby K and them and the 3 Spurs Boys, they just hit over 500 subs. So let's get them to 1K. Maybe he'll do watch alongs too. Maybe we both get to 1K. We'll do like synchronized watch alongs where we're like fucking not scissoring, but you know what I mean. Not scissoring, but you know what I mean. Big up, Bobby K. Good night. I'm sorry if that's the last thing you heard me say.
Maybe that's lucky. Like hearing the word scissors from your mouth.
Hey, I'm stepping out for a second. I'm refilling those.
Hey, all right. I won't come to you. I'll come to you last. Son up for adoption is the subject. But this is what I was saying, and I haven't finished my rant because y'all get me so distracted about Adomathize. Leo, last night y'all were saying all this about my mans, and
Can you put Sonny up at least for this conversation? Like at least we're gonna talk about him in this way.
I will, but before that. We got Speed Racer in the house.
I'm back. I figure if it's people have been watching for 2 hours and they don't mind if I cut in and out anyway, so
no, I don't think they will.
With the hot takes. Just gonna let you know, Bobby K is a liar. All Canadian kids and babies have thighs much bigger than Adama's thighs. That's how we do it up here.
Under thighs.
Sorry, I missed it. What are we talking? Did I just come in and like stop the whole conversation? I don't know what you guys were moving on to.
Oh, I was requesting that if we're going to talk about Son being up for adoption, that at least we look at what we would be giving up for adoption.
Did I seriously come in for the Son conversation? Holy crap!
You did. You came in at the. I was literally trying to segue to this,
as it was brought up. That's your own fault, man.
All right, let's go. Bring it on. I haven't heard anything about Sonny this weekend, so it'll be good to try to talk about something new.
Well,
Big up, Scott.
Who wants to go first? I mean, Cubes, I know you. I'm not saying you gotta go first or gotta go last, but if you go first, wait, Cubes, I'm just gonna give it to you. You said who we're gonna bring in for adoption. I'm not saying putting him up for sale, but let's say his starting roles is for sale. So I have a message from Bobby K that I want to respond to before he goes to bed. But Leo, I know where you stand. I got some. Leo, I got something for you.
I thought that you were going to talk about what upset you about what Leo was saying.
I was, but you know how distractible I am. And then Bobby K sent me a text, and he's going to go night-night. So I wanted to say something to Bobby K before. So I'm going to save my little Leo rant, and I'm going to throw it around first. Are you Nottingham Forest? Let's be plain and simple. Nottingham Forest, West Ham coming up. You benching him? What are you doing?
Can we pull up Sonny so that we can see what we're missing out on?
Oh my God.
Ye asketh, you shall receiveth.
Thank you. So I just want everybody to take a look at what you're giving up for adoption. Keep in mind that this is what everybody is saying that they want to give up for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not benching him for Nottingham Forest. Something that I've been thinking a little bit about is, so I wonder if people, some of the people that are saying we should bench him or, we should drop him, whatever you want to say, we should not start him. If we were not playing Nottingham Forest this weekend and instead we were playing Man City, would you start Richie? And then the question after that would be, if you're saying, yes, I would start Richie, then if you found out, and I'm going to knock on wood because I don't want this to happen, but if you heard that Sonny was injured and he was out of, he's not available, or if you heard of Richie not being available for a Man City game this weekend, which one would you be more worried or concerned about?
I don't know. Leo, I put you full screen for a second because your head was down. And it looked like it was either like a SMH, or a scratch my damn head, or just you're contemplating, meditating, getting your chakras aligned.
Jacob, opinions on this photo?
Uh-oh.
No, I think
you couldn't even get one at least when I was looking?
I think Benny Boy was putting his head down because he was getting hot and bothered by the photos of Sonny, right?
Or you just didn't want to look?
Honestly, bro, I wasn't even paying attention.
That's lovely. This is kind of weird with my little mini head down below me. That's kind of funny.
You're doing the same face as you are on the...
Yeah, I'm looking down.
I just know that we're playing against Nottingham Forest this weekend, so that's why I kind of said the whole thing about Sonny, because in my opinion, I mean, you guys know, I've never once been in on Sonny. I've never hated on Sonny at all, ever, and I still don't feel like I'm hating on Sonny. I've never once been on any type of fucking bandwagon. I'm necessarily never like a bandwagon type of dude. I never am on the fucking get this guy off, or never on like a transfer bandwagon where we need to bring this guy in. It's just I when I watch the games, when I observe, I see something wrong with Sonny. So I feel like, in my opinion, this is the game. We're not playing against City. We're not playing against Liverpool. We're playing against Nottingham Forest. So I'm not going to put it in a hypothetical situation. I'm putting it in facts, in a situation that is going to happen this coming game. I'm okay with putting Sonny on the bench for this game. I'm not saying let's get rid of him. I'm not even trying to have the motherfucker out for adoption because I love him. You know what I mean? It's just, this is the perfect type of game to let Richarlison come in. Yeah. And no, Eugene, I don't hate Sonny. I never have.
I think he's pulling your leg. I think he's just pulling your leg.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm a big Sonny fan.
We know you are. We know you are. We're just banting you, okay?
I'm really just giving you a hard time. It's.
I just feel like you guys are serious about it. I'm not serious. I'm.
No, the one thing I will say I'm serious about is your allegiance to England. Now that you should feel like you need to defend. The thing with Sonny and like predicting 11s, that Alex, stop laughing because you're going to start rooting for America too as soon as we come over and take it over. Come on now, we already won once. We already won once, 1776. Don't make me remind you.
That's not even football.
Yeah, it was deeper than that. It was bigger than that. It was real. Lives were lost, my friend.
Okay.
Lives were lost.
It's like, they would have been dead anyway by now,
Leo. But when it comes to your like, you don't need to feel like I'm attacking you or defend yourself if like I'm asking you who you think needs to start for, if it's Son or if it's someone else.
Yeah,
I'm simply just
giving you a hard time. I need to tread carefully sometimes.
No, don't. Why?
Because I don't have a problem speaking what's on my mind, and sometimes I offend people because I'm so blunt. You know what I mean? So I have to figure out the right way to walk around eggshells, because I'm the type of person that'll just tell you exactly how I feel. You know what I mean?
Tell me how you feel.
I mean, I just feel like, let's give this guy a break, man. He could sit on the fucking bench. It's not gonna be the end of the world. People don't need to defend him like he's gonna fucking be shunned for the rest of the season. You guys cannot sit here and tell me that Sonny has not been playing well. You guys cannot sit here and tell me that he's been a standout fucking player this season.
He hasn't been as bad as Kulusevski. He hasn't been as bad as Kulusevski. And no one calling the bench Kulusevski.
And I would definitely do something with Kulusevski too. But at the end of the day, Kulusevski contributed more to
no one's talking about that.
Because he's contributing to the team, though. He's contributing more than what Sonny has.
All right, let's look at it.
Can I go next to help? Because I have to go too.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I still wouldn't bench Sonny for the next game. But I do see Leo's point. Like, you guys remember when Kulu was benched for Mora, and then he came on 60-something minutes. Next week, he was back to form. Right? Maybe he just needed, I do see Leo's point. Maybe he just needed one time that he gets to sit and see what's going on. Because something is off with him. But as far as, I do see the Twitter that he's crap. I mean, sometimes members of our fan base are like the epitome of gooner mentality. It's either we won the lottery this week, or next week it's the end of the world. We should kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't bench him, but I do see Leo's point. Maybe he needs a little bit of a mini reset. Right. Anyways, guys, I do have to lock up the restaurant. So
okay.
Thanks, guys.
Man. Big ups. Thanks for joining tonight.
Later,
Thanks for popping up.
For the
Big up.
Have a good one.
Of all those ties, and I will be chugging this drink and going home.
You want me to send you that link, buddy? I got you. Just let me know.
Oh my god. Maybe next time.
Yeah,
Cheers,
thanks for
guys.
popping
Thank
up
you.
tonight, man. Take care. Big up Wikipedia. Always a good supporter. So I was looking up, Leo, since we were talking about it. Outside of the Southampton game, both of them have been shit. So like,
Someone's been more shit. Let's be honest.
So
I mean,
so that's outside of the
here's-
Southampton game, right? So the Southampton game, he did good. Kulusevski.
so did Son. Son got an assist. What's your point?
He's been shit, bro.
He got an assist. Only thing Kula did was getting a goal in that first week. So I'm saying outside of the first game of Southampton, Kulusevski's struggling just as much. So my argument has always been, why is it always Sonny? Why is it Sonny's tired? Why isn't it like maybe everyone else is just bad as well? I mean, if you look at the first half of Chelsea, the first half of Wolves, shit, even hell, the first half of Southampton, it's like we all have been collectively bad. And I think it's tough to say one person should, bro. One person. Thank you. Here we go. We were waiting for you.
Yeah.
Right, Harlane.
Get
Good morning.
Get it.
Good morning.
Jacob, if I could, just real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying. Like, we've been bad, the whole team. I think you're absolutely right, bro. I think, like, and this is also too, I don't know if you listened last night when I was saying it boils down to our midfield, bro. If our midfield was better, then those wingers would be better. Our defensemen wouldn't have to be picking up so much slack, bro. You know what I mean? Like, our midfield is getting bossed, so that is dictating everything else in front and behind it, bro. You know what I mean? So our whole team has been bad, but I mean, I could basically pin a lot of it on our midfield. If our midfield pressed better, then when we get the ball, Sonny would have more space. You know what I mean? Sonny wouldn't have to be getting, the ball with such little space. So I agree, bro. Our whole team is not doing we're not playing like we should be playing. Let's be real. But our midfield needs to stop getting bossed. And I think that boils down to Antonio Conte's tactics too, bro.
Now I've always been tooting the horn of like, in Conte we trust type of mentality. It's just unfortunate that big up. I see Tom Markkinen in the chat. Big up, buddy. Says scapegoat his son. And Aaron Dub. It's not always Sonny. If you want him to get back to his best, you give him a break. Here's my thought about it. If Sonny wants a break, I think yes, you give him the break. But if you're imposing the break on him, I don't think that that's the right thing to do here. And we know Conte. We know he's loyal. He treats players, you could argue why does Emerson get so many looks in. I think he rewards loyalty and he rewards people who work hard for him. When it comes down to Sonny, I just feel like there's a sentence that just is above everything else, that the form, everyone like benching him for this rest. And again, if he wants the rest, give him the rest. But if he's just, his confidence is down, he needs a good run of things, you don't take your best, arguably your best, if not your second best player out of your match. You don't. I mean, obviously, there is a point to be made, I think, about, it's Nottingham Forest. With all due respect, they just came up, so I understand that argument. But to me, this is another game where this is a chance for Sonny to get shit right. He hits a hat trick on Nottingham Forest. What do you think his confidence is going into West Ham? What do you think his confidence is going into City? He bags 3 then, 1 on West Ham. Then that's 4 goals in 2 games, and we're all going to be back to getting on our knees and buying new knee pads on Amazon and get it next day shipping because our knee pads are worn out because our damn knees are getting scraped up because damn Sonny's got us on our knees again. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I think it's a large overreaction to a bad run of things. People are human. You got to think emotionally, going to your hometown and showing your whole team your entire culture. Like, that's got to be draining to some degree. So I do agree, like, he could be tired, but you know what? At the end of the day, he's your best player, arguably, if not your second best. And what happened with Kane when he was down tooling? And was anyone crying bench him? Well, who said to bench him then? He was, like I said, one of your best players. You don't bench him if you want things to come right.
We also haven't had an adequate replacement for Kane, though, bro, to bench him.
We didn't have an adequate replacement, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't think...
I mean, we had Son and Bergwijn, who he played at the striker when we really actually didn't have Kane.
Yeah, and
But he
also
didn't have the faith. He didn't have the faith in him to do that. Or else I'm pretty sure he might have, bro.
faith for Richie because he's actually been using Richie in the same way that he used Stevie, and Stevie actually had several last minute goals, really, really important goals last season. And for some people,
but if you were to if you were to bench Kane because of the poor performances, who would have passed that ball to him to Steven Bergwijn to get those goals against Leicester?
No, exactly. That's why we didn't bench Kane. And that's why we shouldn't bench Sonny, because who's passing the balls? Sonny got an assist during Southampton. Sonny actually did the corner that got the flick on for Perisic, that contributed to the goal.
I agree with what you guys are saying.
So hold on a second, though. So I just want to address Aaron, because Aaron and me, we've been talking for a long time, like in a general sense, not about Sonny necessarily, in a general sense. It's all love between us. Okay, we both know that we both love Sonny. Okay, both love Sonny, and it's all love between us. But I will say this in regards to your rebuttal of Jacob. So subbing him off after 70 minutes because he is playing poorly is more damaging to his confidence. Conte is not subbing him off at 70 minutes because he is playing poorly. Conte subs Sonny off at 70 minutes to save his legs. He's been doing that all season last season as well. Even when Sonny pulled hat tricks out of the bag, he took Sonny off at the 70, 80 minute mark because he was trying to save his legs. He did it in the North London derby as well. He's been doing that with Sonny. He also does it with Decky. He subs Decky and Sonny off at the exact same time, if not maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes apart. He wants to sub his runners off, not because they are poor. He subs them off to save their legs because they are runners. He's not subbing Kane off, to Aaron's other point, even though I think that he should sometimes because he's overplaying him probably. But the reason why he's not subbing Kane off because Kane is not a runner. Sonny and Decky do a lot more running. Their work rate is a lot higher than Kane's. Kane is a target man. Sonny runs in behind. Sonny is creating space. His work rate is crazy. So they sub him off Conte's been subbing him off at 70-minute mark or around there because he looks at Sonny and says, save your legs. You've been running for 70 minutes straight. Kane, on the other hand, not been running them as much as Sonny.
I disagree with the Kulusevski.
He actually even said specifically when people asked him about subbing Sonny off, for example, North London Derby, for example, other times, he specifically said, I subbed them off to give them a rest. He specifically said that in press conference. He said, I subbed them off to give them a rest after they've been running for a long time. So he was subbing him off not because he was playing poorly. He was subbing him off to give him a break. The other thing about it is that if we're talking about, I know you're saying, Nottingham Forest, maybe you should bench him during that time. We're not talking about Man City. I agree. If he was playing Nottingham Forest versus Man City, I would much rather have Sonny play Man City than Nottingham Forest.
No, I think if we put everything into actual perspective, like of where we're at and not this hypothetical, okay? So let's look at it. We're playing Nottingham Forest next. Sonny's not had a good run of things. You need him to bounce back to get ready for that Man City game.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What I was about to say, Jacob. I feel like we're talking about we are right now are one game a week right now. Talk about when we have multi-game weeks and everything, then I have no problem with rotation. But we're talking about one game a week. So
Forest.
With one game a week, that Nottingham Forest game is like a Man City game because we need the points every week to compile points up. The other thing about it is that there was an argument made that we need to give Richie like there are like subs and all of these new guys. We need to give them minutes in order to get them on form. There was an argument made last night about giving people minutes to get them on form. Okay, players. Then why are you thinking that that dropping Sonny and benching him will suddenly get him on form. Like, what makes you think that he's going to get on form by benching him and no longer giving him the opportunity to actually get on form, because we are coming from preseason and there's only been 3 games?
I think it's a difference, and people on the other side of the argument. I wanna hear it too, because I think, Cubes, I agree with you there that I'm of the mindset where if you need your form to come back, you need to play. You don't get better at bowling by watching others bowl, quite frankly. You could say that with a lot of sports. Like, yes, if they're doing bad, you need to pull them out. I do agree with that. I don't think that Right Heart Lane says Son deserves the same treatment as every other player. He needs to be dropped for a game or two and allow Richie to start. I'm sorry, but we need to treat Kane and Son like everyone else. My argument would be Kane's not treated like everyone else. He gets to play however long Harry Kane wants to play. Aaron says it's sports psychology, Cubes. I mean, it's a side of it. I don't think that, like, saying that, trying to blanket the whole thing, I don't think that that's really fair. Because, again, people are all different at the end of the day, and they all respond to things differently. Some people do better with a coach that pats you on the back and says, "Hey, you'll get him you'll do better next time, coach." Sorry, my dog is literally just clawing around on the floor. But you've players who respond, and personalities that respond better to coaches who put their arm around you and, like, coddle you and tell you it's going to be okay. Which, if you look at Conte and Son's interactions, that's exactly what he does when he subs him off. And Son's pissed, Son's looking down, Son's upset, but he puts his arm around him and he hugs him. And, you know, some players need that. Some players need a kick in the ass. Some players need an asshole telling them what's what. And that's just the fact of the matter. Like, to say, like, it's just, oh, well, this is just what it is and that's what it is. Like, I think, again, it's a fluid thing. It's a human that you're talking about. It's not a robot. And regardless of, like, if he needs the rest or this or that, like, Cubes, you said we have a week to prepare. We have 8 days to prepare for this match versus Nottingham Forest. Then we have 3 days until West Ham. Okay, West Ham's not having a good run of it, so I'm not that concerned about them. I think that this Nottingham Forest game is a good game to help catapult Son's form and his confidence and everything that goes along with it. This man is the reigning Golden Boot winner, and you're talking about 3 games in, we need to bench him because he's tired. I don't believe it. He's a professional athlete. He's not fucking tired. Like, let's be real here. He's an athlete. He's not tired. He did a whole preseason with Conte. He knows he ran way more.
Who's saying he's tired? Is that what people are saying?
He needs a break. If people are saying he needs a break, give him a break. He needs a break. Let him sit on the bench.
Yeah,
but they're saying a break, but they're not saying because he's his leg.
No, they are saying rest. Aaron did say a little bit earlier that he needed a rest. So I think that.
Well, I mean, a rest is a polite way of saying he needs to sit his ass on the bench.
But hold on. Last year as well, which I know, Leo, you think that past history is irrelevant, but I'm going to say this anyways. But last year, Conte, when Son was coming back from injury, he was off form. And he was quieter. He still contributed in some ways, although people didn't want to give him credit for it. But, you know, he was quieter for about a 4-game run, 5-game run. And he was specifically asked, Conte was specifically asked in a presser, will you bench Son? He said, will you drop Son? You know, like, you know, people have been asking about this. You know, why don't you drop Son? Why don't you drop Son? Because this happened last year, because it happens all the time, because our fan base does that.
World-class players have ruts.
When we didn't have depth.
Conte said, Son is the type of player that can turn a game on its head and change a game.
Yeah, but at that time, at least he was scoring.
And then he said after that, he said, some players need confidence when they're coming back on not as much fitness. It's like some players need confidence. He said, other people don't think that Son is doing, like, playing a good a good game, but I think he's playing a good game because for me, he is doing the things that I am asking him to do. He said that in his press conference.
Yeah, I remember that quote.
Yeah, but
I
exactly
honestly
right,
thought you
you
were
guys.
reading that.
Then he even said, I would be crazy to drop Son. Then after that, when Son did hit form and started knocking out braces and hat tricks, etc., then he specifically called out. They didn't ask him about it, but they said, "Wow, Son's doing great." And he specifically said, "Oh yeah, and all of you guys were trying to drop Son." He actually went and rubbed it in everybody's faces after that and said, "Oh ha!" And people were saying that I should have dropped him.
It's the political answer. It's the political answer to give. He's not going to criticize his player. If everything you're saying is true, the way you're saying
Bro,
it,
Conte's
then,
not political answers. Don't put that as political answer for Conte to
no,
say.
hold
Conte
on.
will say it how it is.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish why I'm saying that it's political. Because if you guys are sitting here telling me that it's detrimental for somebody's growth or it's for somebody's self-esteem or ego to not be hurt, then your coach is not going to put you on blast. You know what I mean? He's not going to do that. So that's what I'm saying.
But he would have benched him.
But we didn't have nobody else to replace him. Now we do.
Yeah, we
that's
did.
why I'm saying
Bergwijn
last
plays
year was
left wing,
irrelevant.
left striker, the same position Sonny
But
played.
he didn't have faith in Bergwijn. He put Bergwijn on because that was like the last minute thing.
What's up, Scott?
I just want to ask a quick question, okay? So just to be clear, most people are saying in this conversation, I know there's a ton. If we're saying that we're going to bench Son because he's having a bad run of form, but we're replacing him with Richarlison, who has been shit in the few times he's come on and was shit in the preseason, why are we not concerned about the fact that Richarlison isn't good? Like, why are we benching Son for his
preseason
and worried about that? Richarlison's been bad every time he's come on. He was bad against Chelsea. Every time he touched the ball, it was a heavy touch. He did nothing with the ball. He did nothing with the ball the other day when he came on. He has done nothing at all to earn his spot on the squad. But we're all worried about how Sonny's supposedly in this poor patch.
Whoa.
And we don't have any concerns about the fact that his replacement has been equally as bad, if not worse.
Paul Beatty here. Big up, Paul. Thanks for being in the chat. Says Richarlison looked pretty cool to me.
Yeah, same. It's like
for me, Richarlison. I thought there was one run that I was like, oh, okay, and then
he's horrible with the ball for us.
He had 14 minutes against Wolves, and he created himself a chance where he should have scored, and that's within 14 minutes.
He badly missed, right?
Yeah, when he went past like five.
He did because he badly missed.
He went past
shots
like
off target
players.
1. Should I share my screen?
That's good, creating chances and badly fucking them up.
Well, no, at least he's getting chances to score by himself.
He hit the post.
Yeah, but he didn't have to run past like 5 players, did he?
I just want to say he had 16 touches and lost possession 5 times. He had one more touch than Adama Traore and lost it just as many times as Adama Traore did. So if y'all want to big up Richarlison, go ahead and big up my man Adama Traore too.
I just don't know why.
Well, Adama Traore should win the Ballon d'Or.
And not for someone who's a much better player.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I admit that Richarlison has...
Eugene says, well said, Scott. I don't know if you can read that. Sorry, Cubes.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I admit that Richie, he's been looking like energetic when he comes on as fresh legs would. And I think that there is a lot to be said for the optimism of that, right? He's helped to create space. He's really good at running, at attack, just a really attack mode, running at the defense. I think that, he's had some chances. He wasn't able to put it away, but it was definitely there was some good energy there. I would totally agree with that. I actually disagree with Scott in the sense that I would not say that Richie has been shit. I would not say that. I think there are some bright spots there. I think that he has good energy. I think he's made some, interesting decisions that, could have led to something. So I will give that. That being said, I think that also, when you look at Son, he is someone who did create, and to Paul's point, the only thing that matters are goals and points. Exactly. So Richie,
I hear that argument, but at the same time, if you're going to say that argument,
has not contributed to a single goal.
Richie has 0.
He had 0.
Yeah, but he needs time to
But Son has contributed to multiple goals and actually contributed to a goal in Southampton when Kane did not contribute to
everyone played well
in Southampton, which actually got us those 3 points. So points and goals. Therefore, Sonny has contributed to that. The other thing about Sonny is that, so we're saying we don't want to, even though Kane has been playing poorly, right? So everybody agrees Kane hasn't been playing.
Outside of 2 moments of brilliance in 2 separate matches.
Yeah, at least he's scoring goals. Like
that's.
But listen, at least he's scoring goals. You're right. Kane scored goal at the very, very last minute. He scored at the very last minute of the game.
Yeah.
So how do you know that if Sonny was not taken off at the 70-minute mark, he would not have scored a goal at the very last minute as well? Because we know, we've seen it before, he has that quality. Richie, by the same argument that you're trying to make about Richie, you're saying we don't know because he hasn't played, enough minutes. Well, how do you know that Sonny wouldn't do the same thing as Kane and score?
Well, it doesn't really score that many headers, does he?
But it's not about headers. He has the ability, and he has done it before, to score at the very end as well. In fact, we have played poorly in the first half of West Ham, and got no joy, and the first half of Aston Villa, and gotten very little joy. And Sonny scored in the second half. And he, in fact, scored, in some cases, late into the second half.
I see that argument of it, too. My thing about the only time that I want to wrap Kane into the Sonny conversation is when I'm seeing shit at halftime and motherfuckers are coming at Sonny like he's damn scored 2 own goals or he's had as many turnovers as the last guy. And like, to me, at that point, if you're at halftime and you're talking shit on Son, you need to obviously look at the other 2 up front who aren't doing anything either. And in every match at halftime, but again, Paul Beatty makes a good point. He scored 2 important goals. 2 important goals that without those goals, we don't get the 0 points out of the 2 last games. So they're very, very important goals. And he is the best. Kane is the best. I'm so happy that he broke all them records too. But the reason why I bring Kane up into the conversation is because last year when he had multiple run of games and things were bad, everyone just said he's going to come right because he wasn't playing. He was going to come right. And there was a little more patience, I think. And even last year with Son, even last year with Son, he started having a little down patch and people were already trying to cut his head off. And then again this year it happens. And he won the Golden Boot last year and he still got hated on by his own damn fans. And it's just like, I have confidence that if he starts at Nottingham Forest, and I'll boldly say this, if he starts at Nottingham Forest, that he's going to bag at least 1, maybe 2. And this is a good game to get your confidence up. I understand the argument, rest him, let's see what Richarlison got. Let's see what Richarlison got against West Ham when it's a rivalry. That's what we brought him in for, right? To be that attitude. We saw he brought some in Chelsea. It didn't lead to nothing. Let's be honest, it didn't lead to nothing, but his physical presence being there is something to look at. Is Kulusevski doing the same things in rivalries? Is he he's strong on the ball, but is he going in as hard? Like, these are all things that I feel like everyone points at Son first, and there's 10 other people on the pitch. Okay, let's say 9, take out Hugo, because poor Hugo, he didn't do nothing. Goalkeepers Union, never do nothing wrong, Hugo.
Clean sheet, bro. Clean sheet this week. Yeah. Big up for a clean sheet, bro.
No, that's up to Sanchez, bro. Sanchez has got that juju about him that when Sanchez is on, we don't concede. If Sanchez is on the bench, we don't concede.
7.5 hours.
7.5 hours, bro. 7.5 hours with Sanchez on the pitch, no goals conceded, and it's still going. So let's go.
That's like 2 Avengers movies, Endgame.
Eugen says he's got to go. Everybody got to run some errands. Have a great show. Have a great day. Good day to you, buddy. Goodbye.
Later, Eugene.
Leo, I feel like we've been talking a lot and you've been pretty patient. Do you have something you are burning to say? Or is there any thing you want to touch on?
No, how are you?
Whoa, it is getting late, baby.
No, you guys. I just hope you guys, just understand my point of view. It's not like, I just feel like this is just a perfect game to just let Sun sit on the bench and let's see what Richie comes for. It's not
But like you
let's
said,
hate on
everyone's
Sonny.
got an opinion, and I think everyone's got a valuable opinion. Like it's a good thing that there's at least these options now, right? That we're at least like, well,
Yeah,
we got
that's
this
it,
guy, we
bro.
spent money. Like it's a good conversation. I just
That's the only
vehemently
reason why.
disagreed with what
The
you were
thing,
saying last night on your
the,
stream
That's
at
fair.
Mile High
That's fair.
Hotspur. Go look them up. Mile High Hotspur.
Thank you.
Big ups, Leo.
the thing is
So
that
it's just, sorry, Steak. If I'm just gonna finish real fast, it's just this is just let's just rotate the squad. Let's just rotate the squad. I'm even saying, hey, if we have somebody for the right side, let's switch out Kulisevsky, bro. Let's maybe put in Jet Spence as well. Like I don't put all that into
Bro,
the
Jet's
argument.
not touching the team. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I would
It's
like
just
to.
it's just
I
it's just to
agree
say.
though.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. You know what I mean? Let's see what we have.
well,
Let's see what we
Bro,
have
let's
this
start
game.
Basuma. Yeah. I
Let's
yeah,
start
agree.
Basuma. Let's do a
Stay.
3-5-2. You know what I mean? Let's switch it
Stay.
up a little bit. This is the
Basuma,
game to do it
Stay.
before we play West Ham. Because
Basuma.
West Ham is a way trickier opponent than Nottingham Forest is. You know what I mean?
Bro,
So
they suck. How many goals they got this
Cubes,
year? How many goals they got?
0.
I don't know. But
Goose egg.
Cubes,
They have
homegirl, I
0.
love you. There's definitely
Everyone's
nothing
joking about
against
it.
anything of your opinion or nothing like that. I just, like I just wish, that we could see Richarlison. We spent a lot of money on him. I don't hate Sonny. I just want him to not rest, just sit on the bench and come on in the later stages of the game with fresh legs to maybe get a goal when everybody's a little bit leggy, and then that's gonna boost your confidence. And if it doesn't, then I mean, I'm a Spurs fan. I'll stick it out I'll stick it out every game they put Sonny on there until he comes to fruition. Trust me about that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I'll definitely ride or die with my homies.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. I mean, I just
I know, and
I want to see
I hope I
Richarlison come
didn't.
through.
I hope earlier I wasn't trying to like assume your feelings or something. That's something my wife and I talk about. Like, don't assume my feelings or my thoughts or my sometimes I say stuff and like my thoughts are not exactly with what I'm saying because like the way I express myself. So um, I hear you and I understand your side. I can definitely see your side of it. I'm just of the other mindset where I see it as you want your dude to come good. He
And let
came
him grind it out.
he came decent
Yeah.
against a lower tier team, Southampton. Now we've had a tough opponent in Chelsea. He didn't come good. Neither did Kulu. We had another tough opponent in Wolves. Their midfield, I would take both their midfielders and square them up in our team straight away. Like they got some real good midfield, and they overran us. And guess what? Sun didn't look good. Kulu didn't look that good. So
Kulu carried our right side of the pitch.
at the 70
Kulu
minute.
looked good for me. Kulu looked good for me on this last game, you
then
guys. Honestly,
why was he the lowest rated player outside of Ryan Sessegnon when he came in
On
the
what?
76?
On
Watch
what?
the game back. Watch the game back. 70
I
minutes.
was there live.
Yeah. 70-minute mark. Go. Yeah. 70-minute mark.
Yeah, and we bring on defensive players on like Basuma, so he can keep the 1-0 win. Because
Yeah, no,
Wolves were still.
I'm saying Kulusevski. I'm saying Kulusevski
Yeah.
was very invisible in the first half, like a lot of the other team. And everybody's like, Kulu had a really great game. I was like, no, he like a lot of other people on the pitch were struggling in the first half.
Yeah,
And
everyone was.
so I'm not saying that he had a great game. I think is giving him way too much credit. I think at the 70-minute mark or around there, somewhere around there, 70, 60-minute mark, Decky showed up.
So he did make some good runs
late,
after that, but
late in the game, Decky
He showed up after half time, like everyone else did.
the whole team showed up after halftime. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that people saying that he had a great game, Decky did not have a great game. Decky showed up late in the game, just like some of the other people did as well. And I will say that Perisic was the most consistently good out of everybody. Decky was not great. Decky did better around the 70-minute mark, 67, 70-minute mark. But also, Son, if you go back and watch, he also started doing better in the second half as well. But he came off a little bit earlier than Decky. So my thing is like us trying to big up our players, including Sonny, okay, is misleading, I think. I think everybody has not been playing at 100% at their best. I think that a lot of people can agree with me on that, right? And so I feel like, you know, some of us, honestly, Leo, I talk very excitedly about Sonny, you know that, but we've talked about this before between us too. Like, it's all love. I'm fine. You know, I don't think that you are a Sonny hater. There are Sonny haters, by the way. And I am
Yeah,
like,
there is.
And maybe that's why we get so animated about it, right, Cubes?
there are Sonny haters right now that are talking about how we should sell him, how we will
Yeah,
regret
fuck that.
we didn't sell him.
Yeah, fuck that.
He is shit, that he has golden bootitis, and he's selfish player. Like, there is a lot of shit going around talked about him right now. Okay. I'm not saying that you or Aaron Dubb or Sake or anybody else is having that kind of hate. Okay. But I am going to say that I disagree with you. I back my boy. I could be wrong. We'll see what Conte is going to do against Nottingham Forest. If he drops Son, he drops Son. Then fine. Just see how it all plays out. I'm just saying that for me, Son has had a lot of credibility built up with us. You look at Richie. Richie has some bright spots. Not going to deny that, but he does not have that credibility built, you know, up with us. And he is with Richie. He's like, I think that it was brought up last night too with Aaron Dubb. Richie has never scored a hat trick in the Premier League. Son has scored 2 hat tricks. One of those hat tricks was a 4 trick in the Premier League. Son also has scored a hat trick in cup games. And for Everton, if you're saying Everton's like a shittier team, there's nothing less. I know if you're saying that Everton is a shittier team, there's less chances, there's less opportunities. Okay, well, Sonny scored a 4 trick and a hat trick when he was in the Bundesliga, when he was 19 years old. He did that in a shittier team. The only time Richie has ever scored a hat trick is he did score a hat trick for Brazil. But Sonny also scored a hat trick for Korea, and Korea is a lot shittier team.
I don't really care about internationals.
Exactly. Well, I started the conversation.
The South side, for example,
that was not international. So my point is that the credibility that is built up between the two is leaps and bounds. There is a world-class conversation around Son. There is no world-class conversation around Richie. And I think that for me, if I have money in my pocket, or I have Man City around the corner, or whatever it is, I will put my money, I will put Son in that Man City game. I will play Son. If Son was injured, knock on wood, tomorrow, I would be very afraid. If he was unavailable, I would be afraid. Even for Nottingham Forest, I would be afraid. But if Richie was, then I would be less afraid. Mm-hmm. So that for me is enough. I get what you're saying, rest and whatever, but for me, that's enough to back our boy, and we'll just see how it plays out.
You know what? This is a great conversation that I hope on Friday we can continue when United Spurs of America returns with another Friday show live stream. This has been quite a great debate. I don't think that we'll ever fully get to the end of this until we see that Nottingham Forest 11, and I think Aaron Dubb says, I think I'm looking forward to the team versus Forest selection more than I am the Champions League draw. What were you going to say, Steak?
I think of the Harry Kane reason why he wasn't scoring, because he didn't have a pre-season. And he downed tools during a Nuno, because Nuno was shit. And you could talk
just because someone shit. Did Sonny down tool just because he was shit? No, he helped that dude get manager of the month.
Yeah, because he's...
That's a difference. He also signed a contract saying, I'm Spurs for life, y'all.
Yeah, but he's probably the most loyal player. That's why he's
proof of intent.
Yeah, but it's like the club was going downhill, and you can understand Kane's reasoning of wanting to leave, and that's why it took a one long while to get back to scoring.
I mean,
So
that's cool,
why
but
is that-
no
why
one,
is
whenever
that
he
no
wasn't scoring
excuse?
and whenever he was actually physically fit, like no one was calling for his head. That's the point. But you know what? We may pop up one more time before. Oh, we got Scott M in the house. Big up, Scott. I hope you're doing all right. We were just still. I was just saying that I don't think we'll ever get to the other end of this debate until we actually see that lineup on Sunday. But you know what? I see Wikipedia's comment coming in there, and I'm going to highlight it, but only for a moment, just to emphasize the important point is that we don't buy Adama. No, buy Adama. There's our right wing back.
Is that an emphasis or is that yelling?
He said emphasize. He said just to emphasize. So he
Yeah,
emphasized.
to emphasize.
Oh, just to emphasize. Well, I'm going to emphasize that the word of the night is epitome. Y'all have one last chance as I ask you for your man of the match from Wolves. Cubes, I'll start with you since you're right next to me.
For Wolves?
Yeah. Well, no, against the match of Wolves.
Wait, what?
Cubes.
Sorry.
Man of the match. Man of the match. Yeah.
Against Wolves.
Mm.
Perisic.
Perisic. Good choice. That's a solid choice. Leo, who you got?
Perisic.
Perisic. Okay. Steak.
Davison Sanchez.
Yeah. 7.5 hours, baby. Call a doctor.
Yeah.
Call a
Yeah.
doctor. Scott M.
Along
who's
as
your
your election.
Man of the match
37
for
hours?
me in the Wolves game, Ruben Neves, because he's the epitome of what we're missing in our midfield.
Ooh, fair shout,
Yeah,
but
big up.
Let's big up a Tottenham player, Scott, because I know you're Mr. Positive.
Yeah.
If you had to pick
All right,
only
then,
Tottenham player,
I'm going to say man of the match is Ivan Perisic because he's the epitome of the quality that we're lacking in the other areas of our squad.
okay. Rahar Lane says Kulu, his man of the match. It's an interesting one, buddy. Fuck
Lulu
it.
was the worst of the front three players, by the way. on the
No.
Since everyone picked Ivan Perisic, my honorable mention is going to be Pierre-Emile Højbjerg because he was the only one doing anything that first half. Even though everyone else was shit, he was not that great either, but he wasn't the worst. He was the only one. So that's my honorable mention. And you know what? Just to piss everybody off, because if you're watching this long and you hear my man of the match, who knows, may ruffle little feathers. My man of the match is Youngman Daddy, Youngman's son, the one and only, chosen one, the born one, the golden son, the skin smooth, baby soft Youngman Daddy, third leg, whatever you want to call him. Youngman Hung, Youngman Daddy. He's the only one.
I don't see any oil.
He doesn't need it, baby. He shines on his own. But that's been it for us. Big ups to everyone in the chat who tuned in today. Angel Hernandez, where Mike at? Mike's sleeping. He a big boy. He got a damn big boy job. He's a manager, so he's got to go to work early in the morning. So he can't join us on these late nights.
He's playing against Nuno, so we got to.
He's playing against Nuno. That is correct. Red Heart Lane, that picture does get me excited too. But Red Heart Lane, I appreciate you.
Picture.
Turn this thing, put it in replay. You're messing me up, man. I'm trying to sign this thing off. Wikipedia, man of the match is Kane. He scored the goal. Emphasis. Goal. Wait, why did I yell it if he said emphasis?
Golazo.
And he says, shake my head, tell him fuck the Mavs with respect. I'll give him the message. Hopefully he'll listen to this and he'll see it. But with respect, he says, fuck the Mavs. Luka Doncic is the true sick. Luka Doncic with it. He's the next one. Best believe Angel Hernandez. But thank you for tuning in. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Again, we're trying to get up. Someone asked if we're going to do live stream watch alongs. We will. Let's get 1K though. Let's get 1K subscribers. It's a long shot. But you know what?
Oh,
when
yeah.
you shoot for the moon, sometimes you land among the stars. Even though that's a bullshit ass, because really the moon is closer than any star. But you know what? I appreciate you being here. Says good night, boys. Appreciate you being here. Whiskey, don't sign off. Just got a first drink. I'm sorry, my friend. It is about to be midnight here. I need to get some sleep. I know Leo's got to go. But before I sign us off, I'm going to tell you about our supporters, our beautiful supporters, and you can become one of them. Go to that link. I got it clipped at the top of the chat, patreon.com/United Spurs of America. Currently, our patrons in the 10-inch club, we got Queen Ellie with Tottenham Till I Die. We have Leo COYS, the beautiful man you see on screen with me right now, and Faraz. Those are our 10-inch club members. And our official sponsors club members are James George, J. Coe, Mile High Hotspur, and Scott M., who's below me as Speed Racer tonight. There he is. And we got our Anchor Club members, C-Cube, Jod Dank, and Alex Wood, the soon-to-be dissipated Anchor Club. But either way, you're part of the club that's in my heart, so I appreciate you, Cubes, joining in the conversation. Leo, big ups to you. Everyone go check him out at Mile High Hotspur. Again, Mile High Hotspur. The one and only Leo COYS. You can check him and Parker Wallace out. They got some fresh... If you want to see what made me so mad, go check his stream from last night. That shit made me so mad. But you got to watch it. Hit it with a thumbs up. I gave it a thumbs up. I didn't hit dislike, even though I disliked what you were saying. So I hope you all do the same here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell your mother, tell your brother. They want to be a part of the show. They told me so. So please send them the link. Tell them to hit that sub. Let's get 1K before the season ends. That's my hope. That's my goal. 1K before the season ends. But big ups everyone who's tuned in or you're watching this on replay. Big up yourself. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Imagine what would happen if everyone just loved each other. But again, my man of the match is Sonny, so no one can hate me. Hit me in the comments. Tell me you hate me. I don't really give a shit.
I hate you.
I know you do, you bastard.
Which, by the way, start forever.
Forever. You heard it here first. Again, big up yourself. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Stay.
Quiz.
Jacob.